Welcome back, everyone, to Pandemonium, session 13 or 14. Literally almost did it wrong again. We had a conversation right before we started, but let's kick it off with a recap. So with our crew, they were able to successfully aid Squad 7 in rescuing the Emperor both from the luminescence, but also keeping him free from all of the three core factions of Eteria, the 13th Legion, led by General Thrax, as well as the Loyalist and Imperialist, escaping the mercenaries sent by General Thrax, the Fallen Sons, and making their way from the Temple of Thana to uh, Jeet's home, or the place Jeet considers his home, the Burning Dragon Monastery, finding refuge with the monks and clerics of Nar under the tutelage of Melissa, one of the head monks. During the escape, the group had to fight off a lot of the fallen monk soldiers as well as their wyverns. The Gavels decided to try to go as non lethal as they could, but Wisteria was in the heat of battle, took out one of the riders, grievously injuring it in a blow that should have been fatal. But the rider was saved by a timely potion, though the group later found out not without brain damage on that side when the rider was brought back by the Fallen Sons, unable to move or communicate. But the group was able to escape the Fallen Sons, and with only the death of two wyverns, and make their way to the monastery, where they were greeted very warmly by the staff and were able to both get a moment to relax and kind of clean up from the desert sands after days of travel, but also just get to interact with the monks, Squad 7, as well as kind of learning a little bit more about kind of where the stage is set. Because right now, after speaking with Melissa, they were told that they could keep the Emperor at the monastery for a time, but they would need to come to a solution for him in the long term. After that, the Gavel suggested kind of inviting the different factions there and seeing if they could come to an accord of where the Emperor's body will rest without coming to bloodshed and combat through it. So Melissa sent out the invitations inviting the three core factions to the Burning Dragon Monastery, and also mentioned too, though she wanted it to be kept secret, that the Emperor no longer had Nar, the God of Fire's favor any longer, and hadn't for nearly a century. That Nard felt the Emperor had lost his spark, lost his driving passion and fire, and basically no longer truly supported the Emperor. And with this conflict breaking out, was the god, for Melissa lack of a better way to describe him, seemed morose. He'd not communicated with his priests and followers, and has basically kind of sequestered himself in his plane of fire. But with that, though, the group was able to get a week of downtime, with some crafting new gear, others trying to find a way to break into the li- uh, forbidden library of the monks. Will spent his time communing with Rashanael, and was able to find a trace of blessing, finding her in Mechas, utilizing kind of her divine might to help fight against the Imperium, though Rashaniel found that Sandriel's voice had been silenced. With that as well, Mockery kind of fought some monks on that side. They actually won after a little bit of back and forth there. And Jeet was able to retrain kind of his clerical skills and get a little bit better at resisting the influences over the mind. But with that, after the week passed, the group heard a blaring challenge echoing out through the monastery grounds, with the Fallen Sons leader, Commander Loke, issuing a challenge, calling them cowards, and challenging the Gavels to a duel of blood and honor. A Tritarian tradition where a party's been wrong, they can issue a challenge. They're required to provide a gold or provide a sum, or at least some type of prize as payment for the challenge. Uh, with that, they kind of enter in an honor-based duel with even numbers on each side and traditions around it. The group initially was a little bit torn on whether or not they should answer, but eventually decided to make their way out of the monastery grounds to challenge the Fallen Sons, as well as seeing that the Fallen Sons mercenary company had arrived in force. With five challengers standing by the wall of fire, and Commander Arcs, so the separate group, the second in command of General Thrax, was kind of standing off to the side under a white banner of peace. But that's where we'll pick up at. So you guys see, you're currently on the monastery side, so you see this kind of burning wall of fire separating the Commander Loke and the Fallen Sons from you. You hear the kind of see right in front of you the five members of the Commander Loke just eager to go into battle. He's wielding a wicked looking great sword. And you also see to the left of him the 300 fallen sons just chanting, some stomping their feet, some banging their spears against their shields, many calling out Commander Loke's name as kind of the duel begins. But right now, you guys are kind of separated between the two. After accepting the duel, you guys do notice both Melissa shows up along with Beshnet and Ostin, the other kind of gavels coming through. You do see Beshnet. Looks like he probably made it himself sometime, but he is carrying a large flag with the gavel standard. It definitely looks homemade, like he may have done this recently. But he's taking his new duties seriously as the bearer of the gavel standard. So you see him kind of riding up with that. But you do see Melissa walk up, and she kind of looks to you, Jeet, and goes, "Will you answer them, young one?"
With the pride of Nar. Yes.
You see her nod, kind of you see like she doesn't say much, but you do see kind of a small smile kind of creak across her scales with like giving a nod, and she goes, "Good. I was hoping you'd say that." You see her look over to Commander Loke and say, "The duel has been accepted. We will permit you five to come into the monastery grounds and to the duel's end. Uh, does not seem right to send these men out with your legions at your back, but you are welcome on the monastery grounds." And you guys see Commander Loke just kind of give a nod on that side, kind of head like gripping the back of his great sword, eyes burrowing into Asteria as he kind of just nods and goes, "Good. I'm ready to have the debt be paid." And with that, you see the fire kind of extinguished for like a section of the flame wall separating the monastery grounds from the Eterian sands. And you see the five men, or Commander Loke and his four additional men, come through and enter in. And as you see that, Melissa stands in the center, and you see kind of fire encircle you as well as the other five warriors. And she goes, "Well, I know Jeet is familiar with the duel of blood and honor. The rest of you all are not Terrians. Do you have any questions before we begin?"
Is it to the death?
Death is permitted, but it is not necessary. The victors decide whether they wish to take the lives of the defeated or spare them. Though there can be some, gets your pause and go, some take their life being spared as a source of dishonor, but that varies man to man. You see, she kind of gives a nod to you and says, the core of the duel is fairly simple. You see, she gestures over to this chest of gold that Commander Lokes throws to the ground. They have brought the prize in order to buy the duel. 200 gold coins. If you win, you acquire it. If they win, they've or either earn their satisfaction or take your lives. The big piece with this, it's even numbers. Nothing is forbidden. They'll duel with honor. At the start, you all will meet in the center. Take 10 paces back, and then as I say go, you will begin the fight.
Is my companion allowed? And I'll stare over at Bear.
She shakes her head with kind of a sad nod, and there's a kind of sad shake, and goes, "Unfortunately, this is only a duel between beings or sentients."
Teacher, may we have just 1 minute to discuss tactics?
You see her kind of nod and go, "Of course."
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. And he opens up, like underneath his armor, there's a pouch he's carrying, and he starts handing out one mochi to everyone. What they're going to do is they're going to come after Wisteria. And we have to form ranks around her. Eat the mochi, eat the mochi. It's magic mochi, Wisteria. That's the blessing of Nar on it.
Might as well enjoy a delicious last meal. He winks.
She's very nervous.
Do not worry, Wisteria. I will stand by your side in this one. As you have seen throughout this week. Actually, I have not seen you at all throughout this week. I don't know if you've seen my duels, but I have proven myself as a duelist to the monastery here, and I'll prove it to these mercenaries. You will not go down.
Mockery, I'm already in so much debt to you. I mean, it's thanks to you that I didn't end up fully killing the archer, and I don't know if I can owe you anymore.
It is not debt. I have not established the cost yet, so there is no debt. We are friends, compatriots.
Am I to understand that we won't be trying to take their lives, but they may be trying to take our lives?
That would be it, yes.
I have an ample load of healing under my belt right now, so if you have to knock them out, that should be okay, as long as I can get to them and heal them afterwards. So,
but what if the same thing occurs again?
Yes,
well,
that
they're
is
gonna
true.
run out of wheelchairs eventually. So,
well, we can.
Well, that's the most horrendous thing I've ever heard you say. By the gods! I know Rashanael is chewing you out for that one. Lord's help.
But Mockery is correct. Mockery and I will stand before you, Wisteria, and as he's saying that, he will channel the blessing of Nar. So heroism is a 10-minute long spell. If you'll allow me, I will cast it on myself and Mockery.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so can each of us just drag this on our characters. Hope everyone ate the mochi. Okay, that's the plan. We punish them for trying to get to Wisteria. Mockery and I are the walls. The rest of you, well, just take him out.
I have two more things to add that are less related to the duel, but I wanted to say, well, I had everyone here. Firstly, Jeet, before we leave this monastery, I must fight you. At some point, we must duel. I have fought so many others, and
Tegan, has Mockery been beaten by anyone in the monastery yet?
I know you barely survived that last one, but you won.
yeah, I have not been defeated. I crave defeat to learn, and I believe you can bring it to me. A grand duel it'll be, but that's for later. Also, last thing I wanted to mention, did you see Beshnet's banner?
Yes, it looks fantastic.
I was planning on hiring a tailor just for that, like a weaver. But look,
I mean, you probably
he's
should
done
still, but
no, it looks
it's a good start.
It-
What Beshna's done.
It's
it
handmade.
represents us perfectly.
Yes. Represents that the grounded spirit of the Gavels. We are of the
Yeah.
people.
That's true.
Besnet, announce us when the duel starts.
You see, like the little kobold. He's not smiling. He still kind of has his usual morose look on, but he is waving the banner proudly. And he goes, "Beshnet will announce you."
That's our standard bearer.
So, are we sure we can't try to kill them? I feel like that would just be beneficial for
I
us in many ways.
do not like killing during duels.
The way I see it, I'd rather not if we don't have to, but at the end of the day, if they're gonna, it's gonna be, if it's a choice between us or them, I would much rather it be them.
Yes, I suggest we don't hold back our blows at the start, only when they start looking weak.
That's what I tried last time, but
They kind of look weak now, to be honest.
Your aim is too good. I would also, fun. I also have heroism, and to me, it's like feels good, like a good idea for us both to have this one. It's a good spell, from what I'm told, and so I would like to reach over and just put a hand on Wisteria's shoulder and just be like, and just tell her, "Good luck. You're gonna have more than just us on your side." And then you sort of feel a sudden surge of warmth and confidence flow throughout your body and mind, and you can feel like you have some sort of presence at your back, pushing you to do greater things. So I am also casting heroism, but just on Wisteria.
thanks, Will. I think I really needed that. You know, recently I've been feeling pretty down about things, but let's get through this duel alive, all right? And then I'll be happier.
That's the plan.
Perfect. After you finish your preparations, and you guys see as you guys are kind of going through and preparing, Commander Loke is just glaring, like not even like just dead still, just staring at Wisteria. You see some of the others are like stretching, kind of getting their weapons, their staves, and everything ready. But Loke has his hand on the greatsword, but still hasn't drawn it, and just eyes straight ahead, looking to Wisteria. But as you guys finish your
Hold on one moment.
Yep.
Mockery wants to look over to him, and Mockery can't like approach him right now, right? Like that's a no-go.
No.
So Mockery call over to him, like,
Commander, Sergeant, I don't know your rank. The one who spoke to us before.
He does not answer you.
Who was that man to you?
He's staring straight ahead, eyes on Wisteria.
I'm like hiding behind Mockery, kind of.
If you tell me, I will pray for him.
You see one of the others speaks up, and he goes, his name was Royce. Save your prayers, though. We do not believe in your gods.
They still exist, and they can still be evaded. I'll pray all the same. Oh, Sarah, I didn't see you there.
With that, though, you do see Melissa kind of gather both of you guys. You got both the gavels as well as the representatives from the Fallen Sons lining you guys up. And she says, "May the gods bring honor to the fight and have the debt settled with its conclusion." It kind of has you guys stand pretty much right next to each other, and then tells you to turn, kind of count your 10 paces. You see her kind of backing as you guys count the 10 paces. She is backing out of the ring of fire. And as the 10th pace goes, you see kind of hold up one hand, a spurt of flame kind of erupt from her hand. And she yells, "Let the duel commence!" And with that, you guys are going into battle against the Fallen Sons. So everybody give me initiative checks.
I have a question.
Mhm.
I noticed that we are surrounded by a wall of flames. I saw her walk through it, but do I have reason to believe that people beside her will be harmed by this flame?
You do.
Okay.
Yeah, you think that's just probably her being a kind of a monk of Nar that's letting her walk through. But the flames, you can feel the heat from them kind of licking at you, even kind of from your spot with that.
Good to know. I wish I had more forced movement.
It's really rare in this game.
Oh, I really like this map.
All right, you guys see with everybody kind of getting in preparation as you spin around, you see the 5 soldiers or 4 soldiers that Commander Loke's chosen. You see one of them, this lizard folk. You see, like, it's pretty much as soon as you spin, his eyes are wild with rage. He's got a flail in one of, or sorry, a warhammer in one of his hands, a shield in the other, and his eyes are just wild. His tail is kicking through the ashy floor. Next to him, you see this human mage with glasses and a deep beard as well. He's holding his spell book and the staff, and you see arcane energy just building around him as he prepares for the combat. In the center, though, you see Commander Loke. He's got faded green scales. One of his eyes is missing. No patch. You can just see kind of the cut and the scar that's formed across it. His gear is patchwork. But the thing that just kind of stands out is this black greatsword that he wields, which has a long, jagged-looking edge. And you see it gripped in between 2 hands. His eye is staring mercilessly at Wisteria as he yells out, "For Royce." Next to him, you see Dragonborn, grayish black scales. His armor is actually almost nicer than the commander's, but very heavy armor. He is wielding a flail in one hand, a shield in the other. Definitely kind of like almost bouncing, kind of ready to begin the fray. And behind him, you see this archer, Dragonborn as well. He's got a bow in his hand, and his kind of eyes kind of scouting between the 5 of you. But Jeet, you are the first up.
Before we do anything, can I make a suggestion as for our positioning? I feel like it would be better if me and Jeet swapped places, and I feel like we could have done that, before the fight started. Just because I feel like they're going to go after Wisteria, and so having Jeet and Mockery on either side of her would be good. And also, there's no thing. Actually, that's the only part.
If you're okay with it, we can just start like this because Jeet's about to do something stupid.
Okay.
I was gonna ask if I could use my hero point to reroll my initiative. If that's an option. I don't know.
Oh, sure.
I didn't know that was a thing you could do, but I'll keep that in mind next time.
I just want to point out every time Deacon says there's an
Nice.
archer on the other team, I always think, shame, we have a Belric. None can match his marksmanship.
All All right, G, what are you thinking?
Okay, so G initially was going to stick to the plan, but this being in this particular location with the fire of Nar, just the spring in his step, he looks at them, assesses them, and just shoots out forward. And he says, "The best defense is a good offense." And he's going to cast Athletic Rush as he's moving forward, which is something I can do as part of the stride, which does increase my movement speed enough so I can go 30 feet. And so I will go that 30 feet to stand right up next to this one right here. Letting go of the staff with one hand, just holding it with the other. With his free hand, he makes a sweeping gesture, trying to trip this lizard folk in front of him.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if it will do it.
Nice.
Okay, yes. So goes prone and takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And then with his third action, he says, "This one. Take out this one." And then he tries to grab the one that's right below him.
All right.
Come on. Oh, I'm going to hero point that.
Go for it. All right.
Not in that one. Oh, okay. Fail, but
Seems like there's a nat too, so
Yikes.
that's my turn.
So how does it look as you take that lizard folk off his feet?
Oh, he just like goes in low and then using the staff to sweep his feet, and then his hands to like pivot him down. He just gets this guy crashing down, armor clanging on the ground.
Nice. You see him smash on the ground. You do see the heavy dragonborn look up with a little bit of shock. He kind of like grunts and he goes, "Stay off him." Gets in, and you see him just swinging this flail around, and you see him like slash out twice. Luckily, your armor kind of like blocks the second, but the first one comes through. It hits true, smashing into you for 10 points of damage as he just bashes that flail into you, kind of clanking off of your armor and ringing out in the distance. Mockery, you're up.
All right. Mockery, who's right next to Hysteria, right there for now, and will hold up his great sword and yell out, "I dedicate this combat to Rock, Lord of Fear and Fury." Something you've heard all throughout the week. And he will do the Dread Martial stance.
Did you said before the session that you had something you wanted to say about Mockery's appearance?
I would have completely forgotten that. Thank you. Now may be appropriate time to say. It would have been a subtle change that went over the last week, but Mockery is a little bit bigger, and some of his more infernal traits have kicked up a notch. Horns have grown, more of those scales and feathers and patches all around him and on his body. He seems like his corruption has deepened.
If you keep going this direction, you're going to be like 15 feet tall by the end of this campaign.
Here's to hoping. But yeah, no. Scion of Many Plains, Pitborn, which gave also Hefty Hauler, so he is actually beefier now because he can hold up to 2 more bulk.
Nice.
And for the Dread Marshal.
I think that's a crit success. I think your double DC is 21. Don't have that in front of me right now. I will say it's a crit success now as I pull that up. Sweet. So what else are you doing?
All right, crit success. And Mockery's going to point to the one who said full roars, the one with the big, jagged greatsword. And his stare is going to intensify as he just, without using actual movement, is going to take a step slightly in front of Musteria as he's wielding his greatsword, trying to demoralize this opponent who has marked one of his allies.
All right.
$27.
Nice. That was the seed.
And for the last action, Mockery will call out and point his greatsword to that same man and say to Wisteria,
He will target us first. He falls first. Aim there.
and will give the aid action
All
for
right.
an attack against that man. Since he's frightened, I forget the Dread Striker, I think it was called. Helps with that.
Nice.
And let's see here. That is a good. Could the intimidation possibly work for this assisting role, or no?
A bit more. No. Yeah. So what else can you think for that? Intimidation will work. You try to kind of help aim the arrow. Perception, maybe.
Perception. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna do a hero point. Mockery's trying to help.
All right. Nice. Let us succeed. So Visteria will get a +1 to her circumstance.
Cool.
And that will be Mockery's turn.
Alric, you're up.
Right. I don't know what to do for all 3 turns now that I don't have bear. So I will follow Jeet's advice and I will target looks to be the Rager. Is that correct, Jeet? Who you said to target? The Rager?
I think it's like a mage.
I was going for the mage, but like go with whoever you think. The Rager is on the ground and off guard to everyone while he's off on the ground. But the mage likely has less armor, so just pick whoever you think is good.
I guess I'll go for the guy on the ground with less armor then. And I'll do Hunter's Edge and Hunt Prey. And I will...
Will these shots be lethal or non-lethal?
Lethal.
Lethal, all right.
We're being lethal right off the rip, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I would have had my short bow wielded.
Oh, yeah, you're like a short bow drawn.
Okay. All right, so I will take Hunted Prey. All right, and I'll take 2 shots.
Nice.
Nice, both hit.
All right.
Still not applying your edge.
Edge.
Oh yeah, didn't apply your thing. So if you roll a what was it?
D8. Didn't do much.
Oh, still better.
Take it. And then I think this is my 3rd action. I would take final shot.
Are you gonna go with the -10?
Yes. I will miss.
Not by much though. But yeah, you see.
know, right?
So how does those first shots look?
Yeah, I mean, he would have seen Jeet kind of do his move. This guy would have gone up, so he would be trying to help him out and hear his cry for, hey, attack this guy, and then he would have shot 2 at him. Both of them would have stuck, and then that third one maybe would have been a little bit off balance and missed.
Nice. All right, Wisteria, you're up.
All right. So first thing, I'm going to be very brave and stride in the opposite direction.
Ah.
Oh, actually, forgot about the dread. I'm going to attack and then stride before I get out of that dread martial stance. So yeah, I'm firing 2 shots at Commander Luke.
First one with that circumstance bonus.
That's +1. There we go.
Ooh.
Here we go. Hey.
Wow.
Holy cow.
That's with the gap.
What?
Second attack.
Is he still good?
Sweet.
Is that non-lethal or is still going down?
Turn 1, she's still doing lethal. And then I will stride over here.
Nice. How do those shots look?
I'm like walking backwards as I'm like fire, and he's staring at me, and I like get him. Maybe the first one like right in the neck, not in the jugular, but right next to it, and then the second one's like in his side. And as I'm like walking backwards, I'm like, "We've already defeated your forces once. What makes you think you can win again?"
And he looks a little hurt, but he's not bloodied. And he looks angry. You see he is furious. He yells out as you retreat away from him, "Coward." He goes, "You abandon your foes, shooting as you run. Fine. I will hurt those you ally with first before I deal with you." And you see him hold his blade out, and he looks to Will, and he brings that great sword down hard.
It's fine. He's just gonna miss.
Slashing hard left, hard to the right.
Oh,
So Lucky second will miss. The first is going to crit.
Oh my gosh.
I am down in 1 hit.
Yeah, so you see he brings the great sword down hard, slashing through Will. You see kind of blood spurting through, and you see Will hit the ground. And you see him angle his blade towards you, Wisteria, and say, "It should have been you."
Jesus.
Well,
Will?
just like, oh shit, that's bad. That is. Ooh, we have a priority target.
it's fine, probably.
All right.
Prior target with over 100 hit points.
The lizard folk stands shakily to his feet, kind of pure rage in his eyes as he locks eyes with his dragonborn comrade and then Eugene. And you see him just hefting his war hammer, and he brings that thing down hard.
Okay, good. He's gonna have a penalty if he's doing this prone.
No, he stands up.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Oh, do you have? No, you don't have attacking opportunity, Alice.
No.
Good. But luckily, he is going to whiff that one.
Would it still have missed if he didn't have the prone -2?
Oh, I forgot to take that off.
It would still have missed. It would at least, yeah, it would still have missed. Yeah.
You see he kind of swings that one, but luckily you're prepared as he kind of jumps up from the ground. He bellows out in rage and tries again. But luckily misses. Like, just first one completely whiffed. Second one just kind of glazes off of your armor as he tries to get you, and you hear him just howl out with a screechy rage. All right, the archer is up. He is going to jump back. You see him eye Wisteria. You see him bring out the longbow and just pull back quickly on his string. And both will miss. You see Wisteria kind of ducking and dodging the arrows as the Fallen Sun's shots just kind of go too wide. Oh, the mage. Oh, he's got some fun magic.
Oh boy.
Yeah, fireball his commander. Do it. I dare him.
He doesn't have fireball. Fortunately or
Doesn't?
unfortunately.
In Eteria? At
Oh,
the monastery, he didn't prepare fireball.
he doesn't have fireball, but he does have some fun fire magic. And you see him look to you, Mockery,
my taunting.
and he goes, "You infernal mutt! Burn in the fires your gods should be cast into." And as you see him say that, and kind of waving his hands around, you start to see fire licking up from your armor. Your armor starts to just heat up, start to glow, it's starting to burn into you a bit. Mockery, give me a reflex save, DC 23.
Oh,
Nice, let's see.
nice.
So you take half damage, and your armor does not take any persistent damage. So let's see with that. So you take 14 damage. Why did I put the Fallen Sun? Or sorry, 7 damage with your saving on that side.
Shouldn't I have made a check of some kind when my turn came up?
Your turn moved.
Yeah, whenever you go down to 0, you go above your attacker's initiative.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, he moved. He heated metal. Order. Jeet, you are back up.
Oh God. Okay. And by God, I do mean Nar. God, I really hope this works out. I will try something risky instead of trying the safe thing. I will move my full 20 feet to get to right here. And then I don't get any bonus to hit from the martial aura, right?
Yeah, I think it's just damage.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
Should Luke still be frightened? Because he stepped into Mockery's aura?
Oh, the frightened can't go down, right?
Oh, yeah. Let me throw that in.
Touch.
Very important for me.
Oh, and then with my free hand, I just ask Nar to bless it as I'm going to attempt my first true Gish maneuver. I will use Restorative Strike.
Nice.
Ooh.
So I will. What it'll do is first it'll heal me. I'll use my highest level heal slot, and so that's going to be one action heal over here. Roll healing. So okay, that's more healing than I needed, but I'll take all of it. And then I will attempt to strike him. This does get a +1. Okay, Restorative Strike is active, so I can just try and hit him. Unarmed strike. Come on, come on, come on. No! Should have saved my hero point for this.
Did he get the AC penalty from Frightened? I don't know. If
You did.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay. Come on, nothing.
Frick. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Higher level than this.
I'm so sorry, Will, but that's my
It's
turn.
fine. I just realized I should have used whammy on that crit, but I forgot I had this ability. It's fine.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, that. Oh, Let me get that too. I forgot to do that as you were running away. So he slaps at you. Luckily, it missed anyway. Then-
Wait. Okay, I'm looking at all of the bonuses. Attack, potency. Oh, never mind. Heroism is already a status bonus. That's why.
oh, okay. He gets back into rage with you, and he goes,
Oh, I forgot to toss him.
"Where are you going, little cleric? We're finishing this." And you see this time, rather than just kind of just straight bashing you, he is going to try to trip you with his flail.
Good call. It's my one big weakness.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that'll take me down. Not a crit, but it'll take me down.
I think it was nat 20.
Oh, then that's a crit.
Yeah,
So that's a d6 damage on top of
yeah.
going
So
down.
it throws you to the ground, and then just like rudely does it, and you take 5 damage as you hit crashing. All right, and then with that, you see him just whip that flail up and try to come down hard. Luckily they're missing though. You see he tries to smash it into you. You're able to roll out of the way, keeping yourself healthy from the flail. Mockery, you are up. What can you do?
Yeah. Shoot. We got 2 people down right now.
Well, I mean, I'm just prone. I'm not down.
Got it. My brain was like, down means dead. Yep. Mockery. So if you take a step versus a stride, does a step still incur an attack of opportunity?
Step doesn't. So if you do a 5-foot step, you can't attack of opportunity. Yeah.
All right. Mockery is going to do a step. Get right here. And he is going to start swinging. After seeing Jeet go down, Mockery's eyes turn to rage and worry. Well, fury actually. And he is far more concerned now, seeing that guy shrug off that hit the stereo shot at him, and also seeing him just obliterate Will. So Mockery's gonna try and throw his lot into this.
All right. Nice.
29.
All right.
Got it.
Solid blow.
All right. And let's see here. Last action. This heavy infantry dragonborn that just ran up on Jeet, Mockery is going to attempt to demoralize.
All right.
Let's see here. Oh, shit.
That'll crit succeed.
Nice. Holy cow.
So that's Frighten 2.
Mm-hmm. So what does Mockery do?
So as he like steps to behind this main guy with a greatsword, that step is still like the strike as he puts in all of his momentum and like just a movement from the hip just strikes into him, and he catches eyes in that swift movement with that person who just said like, "Where are you going, little cleric?" Just they catch eyes, and Mockery just growls out, "You speak to my compatriot with respect, mercenary."
So you see him kind of flinch back at the intensity. All right. Melric, you're up.
How is Commander Loke looking?
He's blooded after that last hit.
really know what bloodied means, but I'm gonna do
Well, half
anything
half
I-
HP.
Okay.
Below or at half HP.
Okay. I am going to. Oh, my hunted prey is still on this guy over here. I don't know if that means I should keep moving away at this guy. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. I'm gonna move my hunted prey to the commander,
Okay.
and I'm going to shoot 2 arrows at it. Wow.
Oof.
You see, the first one goes wide, and the second one just pings off of his armor.
Okay.
You got one action left.
Yeah. I'm shooting at him again.
Okay.
Okay.
Fortunately, you see kind of all three just ping right off of his armor.
This guy's
Alright.
scary.
Area, you are up.
Alrighty.
Oh, I couldn't have hit him even. I'm realizing
Yeah, the minus 10.
I crit missed. I crit missed with a 15. So okay. Oops.
All right, I'm gonna. What's my ammo looking like? I'm gonna take 2 shots and then see how the battle develops. Before I do my third action.
You can't do 2 shots. Reload. You can only do 1.
No, it's a repeating crossbow. So I have 5 shots total, and then I
You have 5 shots? I thought it was 3.
Yeah, but I have 3 remaining.
Heck yeah. Never mind. My apologies.
Too much. All right, and then second attack. Okay. Wait, should he be getting a frightened? 15's not gonna be enough though, regardless. But he had frightened 2, I think.
He's got frightened 1.
Because thought mockery crit on the demoralize or no?
On the infantry.
Oh, on the infantry. Okay. That's fine. And see, I could move up to Will to try to battle menace him next turn,
Oh God! Why didn't I think to do that?
but
Sorry, Will.
that puts
Let
me
me
next
next
to
time,
Commander
man.
Logue.
Oh. Oh my gosh! I was right next to you.
And just do that.
Sorry, man.
I figured you have reasons for doing the stuff you're doing.
I don't.
It's an intense battle. There's a lot going on. Belric was,
Oh, I'm taking the 3rd shot. Oh my God! What a fool. Ah.
I think I'm
Oh,
gonna
no.
stride over here, and that will be my turn.
All right, well, give me a dying save.
Oh.
Hey, never done it before. I actually don't know how.
It'd be like on your character sheet in the left side-ish, I think, somewhere.
It is grayed out. And will not. And clicking that button does not do anything.
You probably want to click the dying
There you go.
button.
Nice good roll.
Okay. All right.
All
I believe
right,
that's my turn.
it is.
Oh.
So you guys
I'm
see Will
sorry.
bleeding out. Will went down to a crit, so that bumped him up to 2 dying. Failing this bumps him up to 3 dying. before dying, it's gay. So you see him kind of struggling to breathe, blood kind of hitting into the sulfuric rock. You see Commander Loke again, but he does see Wisteria in reach. He jets out, kind of just stomping over Will's body. Gets to Wisteria, and he goes, "The fallen sons pay our debts." And he just hammers down with his great sword. Luckily, no crits there.
Lord.
So you see him just slashing out, just pure rage and anger on his face as he just tries to get some retribution for his lost friend. Lizard folk. Yeah, Belric, he's gonna pick on you. You see them kind of encapsulating you, got you kind of pinned between the two, and you see his warhammer come striking out lightning fast. Just kind of raining blows down. You see the first connect kind of bashing into your shoulder, the second kind of higher one kind of bashing into your chest for 28 damage total for Belric. Alright, Richard is up. He is going to he's going to pick on Jeet. So you see him kind of stringing back his bow, letting loose with 2 shots. Actually, he's a call out to Jeet before he strikes. And basically, he's just going to look at you and go, "You're a disgrace of an Etarian, siding with outsiders. May Nar's fires consume you." And he's going to try to demoralize you.
Oh, he can try, and he will fail by 1.
Yeah.
Nice. You hold your calm against him. You see him just grunt and just quickly pull back on the bow twice. First will hit, but the second will just luckily strike right in the ground next to you for 10. Oops. All right. Top of the order. Oh, no, false. I forgot about them. Oh, what's he going to do? I should look at his magic beforehand.
You know, I had mentioned, I think it was after the recording ended, like, man, wouldn't it be terrible if one of us died in this combat?
See,
I'm rooting for you, Will.
he looks over towards. Yeah, they're mad at Wisteria. He looks over towards Wisteria. You see him pointing to the fallen body of Will and chuckle and go, "Isn't this funny?" And he is going to cast. Oh, he may be too far. He may have to move a little further. He is going to have to move up a little closer. He is going to cast Hideous Laughter on you, Wisteria. Give me a will save.
I think I'm the one who needs a will save.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say-
There's a button. The button says "Save Will."
Wait, does Martial Zora and Dread Martial Stance are both frightened?
Yeah.
Yes, Dread Martial, the Martial stance is increased to 40 feet range because of the critical success as
But it
well.
doesn't.
So it gives a +1 to frightened, and let me double check, it might do some to mental.
All right, give me a roll, Wisteria.
I'm gonna hero point that.
All right.
Dang.
Yeah. So you kind of feel your limbs starting to slow down. You kind of just feel kind of a little less sharp than you did. It's kind of, everything kind of feels like it's in slow motion as you kind of start cackling. This hideous Joker-like laughter erupting from you. All right, top of the order.
Okay, I've been down on the ground before. Never again am I going to fight from the ground. So, first action to stand up, he can take his opportunity attack. Reactive strike.
Don't miss.
All right, good. Because now he cannot take his reactive strike as I cast a 2-action heal on Will. So, just come on, Nar. Give it a good roll. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
What does that
That's
look
my
like?
turn.
All my hit points.
Gosh.
He's on the ground. He's looking at his friends getting hurt. One of them is down. But then the fire that's all around. Like, no. And there are flames on the ground as he just does this Zuko from episode 3, like stands up from the ground and just no. And the fires just like go from the symbols of Nar that he has. It rushes in and fills in the wounds and cauterizes everything. Just Will's back up, and his eyes are just lit up.
Nice. And Will, you gotta take a breath in, feel those wounds falling off, or feel the injuries falling off you as you come back into consciousness. All right.
Now, because of that, I take those dying points I have and put them in wounded. Yes, correct? Or how does that work again?
Just one wound.
Just one wound. Okay.
Oh, so just all right.
That's good.
I was worried for a moment.
All right. The heavy infantry is facing off. He's a continuous bout with Jeet. He's going to try to push you back down. So he sees you stand up. He's not happy about that. He looks at you and just tries to just trip you again with that maul or the flail. But that's
Failed by 2. Failed by 2.
You see he tries to push you down, but you hold strong against it, and he just grunts and just swings that flail, aiming for your face.
Yeah.
Will miss. Does he have anything crazy he can do? Yeah, he's just going to. Yeah, he's just gonna kind of stay. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna move and get more people in his range. All right. Mockery, you're up.
This, I gotta say, this is a bad place to stand in case any of them have an AoE. Then again, it's like it catch everybody.
That is a good thing about being close up, is that they can't fireball you without getting at least half their troop if they had it.
Shoot. I had a lot to think about this. I'm still torn between a couple different options of running down that mage, going to help Wisteria. I guess Mockery would be more focused on trying to keep Wisteria from going the way that Will did.
The best thing you can do for me right now is kill Oak.
So Mockery is going to step and just going to swing twice.
All right. That'll hit. That one
25.
too.
Heck yeah. I forgot to target him, so I do not know if it crit, but I have a feeling that those would be crits.
Doesn't crit, yeah.
Ooh.
Solid damage though.
Total of 42 damage, not including
cow.
any resistances he may hold.
He is bloodied. He's rough. You see blood kind of leaking from his wounds, but he is fighting on. Definitely looks like a decent attack could take him down.
As Mockery is striking into him again and again, Mockery is going to look at him and say,
Do not forget you go after her, but I am the reason why. Your compatriot Rice still breathes and is dishonored for that.
You see anger in his eyes, but blood pouring through him. Ulrich, you're up.
All right. So should I non-lethal shot this guy, or
You saw what he did to Will.
Will, who I just totally ignored? I'll turn to Will and I'll see him like get up, and I'll be like, "Oh shit!" And then turn back to the commander, and I will hunted prey shot.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I'm hero pointing that.
Yeah.
Hero pointed up.
Oh,
Rough.
3-3. All right, I'm shooting my second arrow at him.
Oh, rough.
Good.
this dude's just immune to ranged fire.
It's just immune to my arrows. Can I change my target to the mage and just shoot at him?
You could. It's gonna have that -10 though too.
It's fine.
I
Wait.
could also use a battle medicine.
Madison.
Battle medicine. Thank you. This is what I need. On Will?
Oh, and Wisteria.
Yeah, I'm almost at full HP. Not that helped before.
Yes. Thank you, Asteria. I will use battle medicine.
All right.
Don't really know how. Here we go.
If you pull up your macro, treat wounds will do it for you.
Okay, got there. Oh,
Oof.
wait, my skill check is now should be nature.
Oh yeah, you've got that one thing. What's your nature? Bonus.
Yeah, it's.
You see two. If nature could pull you over. Ah, that's 13. All right, that will succeed.
All right. So then I roll 4d8. Wait, so 2d8.
2d8, yeah. Good roll.
Okay, I know how to use that moving forward. All right, that will be my turn. I will miss more shots, and then I will heal somebody for once, and that'll be it.
Sweet. How does Belric kind of patch Wisteria's wounds?
There's not too much nature around, but like, I don't know, maybe like some of the beneath like the ash and stuff, he kind of like picks it up and tosses it towards some of the wounds, and it like maybe seals up some of the open wounds because it's so hot.
Yeah, I gotta cauterize it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, Wisteria, you're up.
Is it
Still hurt?
Luke?
A little better.
Is Luke still frightened?
Yeah, he's still. Yeah, he keeps going off of him, but he is frightened.
Cool. All right, and I have 2 actions, right? Because I'm slowed.
That's right.
All right, so, No, I can't reach that. Okay, can I quick draw my rapier, still holding my crossbow in the other hand? I know I need 2 hands to fire the crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that and attack him with my rapier.
Okay.
It says clumsy 1. Is that coming from Salute?
Oh.
Oh wait. Oh, it gave me encumbered. Oh, I think my rapier was in my bag of holding. Okay, let me. Yeah. Okay. So then I would draw my short sword instead.
Okay.
Oh, good to know. All right. So attack short sword. Yeah, the clumsy's gone now. And then for my second action, I'm going to battle medicine myself.
All right. Does battle medicine have the manipulate trait?
It does.
It does. All right.
I was wondering why he didn't opportunity attack Balric. He was
So-
saving it.
So does the healing or the damage happen first?
The damage happens first.
Okay, I'll wait for you to
He
apply
sees you
that.
kind of starting to try to patch your wounds. He lashes out and goes, "I will take you with me to Thana's realm." But luckily, not enough to put you down.
Haha.
Enough to... No. So I net gain 3 hit points.
You see, he's bleeding, staggering, but still on his feet. Will, you are up.
All right. Will doesn't even on his own. You know what? No. I am thinking what would be the best thing to do right now. If somebody already has a frightened condition and I apply the frightened condition, does it add more to their frightened condition or no?
No, only if you like raise it to a higher level. So if you crit, they get demoralized, they have frightened 1, you can get them up to 2, but it's not additive.
Gotcha. Okay, then, in that case, I think Will... Actually, you know what? You would all sort of hear Rashanael's voice and just say, "You dare defile the vessel." And I think I am just going to... Like, Rashanael's pissed. Will's not even here. Like, Will's eyes open, but they are completely golden. And he sort of lifts off the ground a little, like as if being tethered by something. And I think actually before standing up, I am going to cast Concordant Choir on this spot, which will allow me to get all these 3 bad guys, the 2 warriors here, and then also the mage.
Sweet.
Using 2 actions.
Luckily, the infantry will miss you as he tries to stop you from getting that off. Get some saving throws.
They have to get a 21.
How does that concord look?
It is again, like I said, Will is just sort of floats up off the ground, not even lifting himself off of his own will, just like being like pulled up like he's a puppet. And then there's not even any visual thing. It's just suddenly a massive sound is heard, and a small crater forms in the ground right where he cast it, right there, and just everyone around that is assaulted. It's not applying. Oh, it's because it's also a status bonus, and Dread Martial Stance is applying first. Okay, go.
Perfect. You see, whoops, with that's a basic. Yeah, so you see the heavy infantry, the Rager, seem to shake off a chunk of the effects, but you do see that mage takes that full blast as you let it loose.
All right. And then my last action is going to be to stand up. I say stand, but sort of float up. And you see Will's eyes are just glowing a bright golden light. And if he speaks, it's Rashanael's voice and not his, because Will's not around right now.
Nice.
That's the end of my turn.
You see the commander bloodied, bleeding. Kind of like you almost see Wisteria kind of looking at his eyes, rage and almost acceptance that his life is about to come to its end. But you see as he's kind of giving out, kind of preparing for that last bout, he hollers out to the rest of the fallen sons. Bring her. If I fall before this orc, bring her with me to Thana's realm. Let her know no peace while one fallen son yet lives. He's bellowing them out, giving them quickened. And he is going to just first regular strike against Wisteria. Then he's going to use certain strike for his last. Oh, actually, too. So you see that first hit, he comes in high with the great sword, just slashing out. Wisteria, you kind of read his movements and kind of saw where the path of the blade was going for the second one. But even kind of dodging back a bit, he's able to catch you with his modifier for that second blast for 9 slashing damage. For the first one, 27. How's Wisteria? Oops, I lied against Loke. How are you looking?
So that's 36 total?
36 total.
Okay, that is enough to bring me to 0. And if I wasn't prevented from using reactions by the laughter, I would use my Orc Ferocity right now to stay at 1.
Oh no.
Wait, didn't that end though? On your last turn? Or maybe not?
Did the guy sustain it? If he sustained it, it's up.
He hasn't had a turn since he cast it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you see Wisteria laughing, still like uncontrollably laughing from the magic. Loke just gets a last kind of like tip of his greatsword in. Wisteria kind of dodged most of it, but throwing Wisteria to the ground. And you see him smile as he knows his end is coming. What he's wanted to do. With that, the Rager is going to continue just trying to mess with Belric. Belric, he's going to try to trip you and hurl you down to the ground. Oh, actually, no, he can't trip. Actually, no, he's just going to keep in you. Actually, he's going to try to demoralize you. Looking at you, he goes, "You're barely up to my waist, little dwarf." And he's going to try to just bring you down. Oh, let's see. I wish I could have used Demoralize for that. Yeah, and you will. That will fail on that side. So you kind of just shake off his taunt.
Heard them all before. Short joke.
You see, he kind of comes crashing down with the Warhammer on the first hit. The other one, though, like you just easily dodge the side of it. And he hits you for 20 damage. All right. Archer is up. Oh, That's too crazy he could do. He's going to use Sentry's Aim. It is going to try to once again pin, gonna just put a pin into Jeep with his arrows.
Oh, nice. Wait, who did he hit? My AC is not 20. Did he hit himself? Oh, Wisteria.
No, got both you and Wisteria targeted. So luckily that will miss you. So you see him kind of even like pauses for a moment to take aim, lets it loose, but it just pings right off of your heavy armor. All right, Mage is up. With Wisteria down, he is not going to sustain that. Oh, who's he gonna pick on now? He's gonna pick on you, Mockery. You see him like reach to the heavens, and he kind of gestures towards you, and you see lightning crackling, like the sky which was once clear just to start to cloud, and thunder boom out as he casts Sudden Bolt. Give me a reflex save.
I know that one's pretty rough. I like Sudden Bolt. Oh no.
All right.
What was his DC? I'm hoping that wasn't a crit fail.
It's correct. 23.
Oh shoot! Oh, words. Oh, that's. Oh boy.
So yeah, double that. 28 or 48. Barker, how are you looking?
Ooh.
At first, Mockery was looking like he was pretty healthy. Then he gets struck by lightning. There's a flash where you can see Mockery's. I'm pretty sure there'd be a flash where you can see Mockery's like messed up bones. And he's just standing there, half charred, where before he was standing strong, just like his greatsword was almost like a conducting rod, and he's just holding it like puffs up some smoke.
Fortunately, he has one more action left too, and he looks at you still alive, and he goes, "This is why I don't care to deal with infernos. They're near like roaches. They never know when to die." He's going to throw a magic missile at you.
No! No!
5 damage. Luckily, you are still on your feet, Mockery. Barely, but you are standing after he unleashes that magical onslaught against you.
I just like Merrick. Heard it all before.
Jeek, you are up.
Okay. So, G will actually. Oh, what you call it? Belric, are you bloody? Or like some amount of damage, right? Like, okay, yeah, okay, cool. So, I will use an interact action, which does have the manipulate trait, to swap my staff to my bastard sword.
Yeah. The Loke is going to take a shot at you. The other guy's burned his reaction.
Not Loke, but the heavy infantry, right?
Oh, Loke's in range with you too. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the wall. Never mind. That's my bad. You're good.
Okay, yeah, if he wants to, he should.
No, he used his reaction on Will, so he can.
Oh, okay, cool, good. And then I will attempt restorative strike once more. So first up, it's going to be a self-heal, and this does not provoke attack of opportunity specifically because of this feat. Okay, that's on myself.
Right.
And then we will attempt the strike. Come on, please. Whew. Okay, cool. So that much. Oh, wait, let me roll the damage. 20 damage on the infantry, and Belric, you heal for 14.
Nice. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, my first successful Gish activity.
Heck yeah.
How
Plan
much
is to-
rage do you have on that thing?
So I attack someone, healing myself, and then I can heal anyone that's adjacent to the target that I attacked.
Solid. Okay.
That's really, really cool.
It's fun. I'm hoping for more like adventures with this with Mockery.
Perfect. I think you have one action left, don't you?
Oh no, I swap, and it's a 2-action
you
activity.
block, yeah. All right. That's a heavy infantry's turn. He is looking bloodied now as well. And he is just. Oh, what's he gonna do? Yeah, he's a continuous duel with you over here, G. You can see him spin his flail around. He's gonna go for it this time. He's gonna try to hit you with a power attack.
Yes.
He's going to whiff it.
Two
Oh
power.
my goodness. I'm so glad. Power attack. It's dangerous, but also it counts as 2 attacks for multi-attack.
It does. Oh, what's he gonna do? He's gonna whiff it, but he's gonna go for the third attack. He doesn't have anything crazy he can do. And just really, like, you see, this was a desperate just flail back, and you completely dodge out of the way. Mockery, you are up. Commander Loke is still up as well. What do? You guys are both looking real rough.
Don't forget to reapply the frightened condition.
Oh yeah. It keeps going off without pain.
Yeah, it goes away automatically at the end of their turns, but it's not supposed
I
to.
thought the Commander's Aura would stop that, but it doesn't.
Mockery, who's looking terrible at the moment, will, with all the force he can muster, heft his great sword up, ready to strike, and he'll call out,
By the infernals, by the black dusks, by the followers of Noah, and by the gavels, you will fall!
and he will strike non-lethally.
Non-lethally, okay.
Hold on. It's not letting me. There we go.
I don't know if there's a button for it, but just put -2 for your circumstance bonus.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That'll hit. Give me some damage. This could be it.
All right.
Yeah.
23
Yeah.
non-lethal.
Yeah.
So Mockery basically takes him, gets the blade, and it looks like for a moment he's going to behead the guy, but that hook at the end, he's basically using that to hook him by the neck and bring him down. Just to like use that force to just finally take him down as he's breathing heavily and looks to the rest of the battlefield and just shakes his head like,
You have made a grave here.
let's see, and he is going to... Yeah, he's gonna do intimidation checks to both the Rager and the heavy infantry. Oh wait, no, the infantry still has the one rage. Sorry, one frightened applied to him.
He does, and you've already demoralized him too.
The Rager?
Oh, so the Rager? These are the Rager and
yeah.
infantry, right?
So don't need to demoralize the infantry because I've crit against him before. Rager Mockery has not demoralized. Has anyone else demoralized him?
No. I was just because you only can demoralize somebody once every 10 minutes, so you already done the infantry, so you can do the Rager and the mage if he's in range.
I see. So to the Rager.
Else to see?
Enough? Heck yeah. Just you've made a grave mistake.
All right. What do you do with your last action?
Last action? Shoot. I really don't want him to run closer to the mage or to the ranger, because right here's where it's at. This is the front lines and closest to the healers.
If you could position yourself near any of my targets, I can try to restore the strike on you next.
I will say Wisteria is down as well.
I can't heal.
I can help with that in a moment.
Yeah, Mockery's going to trust Will for that, and he's going to take a step.
All right.
To avoid that most dangerous of attacks of opportunity, which I'm pretty sure this guy has spent. I don't think Mockery was paying attention at that time because he got struck by lightning.
Valric, you are up.
Okay. I'm gonna target this rager in front of me, so I'm gonna move my hunter shot onto him.
Okay.
One action. Is he bloodied at all? Can I tell that?
Yeah, he's bloodied.
Okay. I'm still gonna lethal shot him.
That'll hit.
Alright. I'm gonna. Well. I'm sorry. Do. Target is your hunted prey. Uh-oh. Wow. That did add my precision. Okay.
Nice. All right. Yeah, he's looking pretty. He's hurt from it.
Right.
You got one more shot, or one more from your hunted shot.
Lethal or non-lethal? Still can hurt.
Alright, I'll non-lethal it, so I guess subtract 2 from this. Well,
Okay.
I'll try to do it myself.
Yeah, you see, kind of dodges aside as you kind of shoot that at him. Comes close,
Okay.
but he's just a little too fast.
Can I battle medicine Mockery? Even though he's like, or do they have to be in my proximity?
They got to be within 5 feet of you. You've done Wisteria already. You could do Will, or I don't think you did yourself. So you could do your Will or yourself.
Well, now that you're up and alive, do you want me to do you need any?
I am
healing?
missing 7 hit points, so like I don't particularly need it right now. I am imagining you just like pulling out a slingshot and firing a band-aid at Mockery.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna. I'm targeting this mage. I'm shooting at him.
Okay.
I don't like this mage. I know it's -3, but bear with me here. Ammunition. Okay.
Nice, that'll hit.
Alright, sorry, I got my weird things going on. Okay. Cool. That's my turn.
And he's looking pretty bloody too. All right. Wisteria, give me a dying save.
Where is there a button for that somewhere?
There is next to your dying count. There's a D20.
Oh,
If you click that D20 to roll it for you. But unfortunately, you fail. You kind of see Wisteria kind of struggling to breathe, just kind of bleeding from that vicious wound that the commander gave her. But with that, Will, you are up.
Will is going to turn to Wisteria, and the rest of you, besides Wisteria, because Wisteria may or may not be unconscious, just hear, "We are not done with you yet." And Wisteria, you feel like a warm hand sort of caress your cheek, and when your eyes flutter open, because I'm casting a 2-action heal on you I'm using my free one that goes at the max level.
Nice.
I don't actually have a button for doing that, so I'm just going to click the cast button and then undo the spell slot usage. 2-action heal, roll the healing, and that's a lot more healing than I thought it was going to be, but that's cool.
Nice.
Solid.
Huge.
If just for the briefest of seconds, when your eyes flutter open, you can see standing over you what appears to be a woman in bright, shining metal armor with a flaming sword. But then, when you blink again, she's gone.
Sick. What's Will do with his last action?
Last action. I am going to let's go for a. What do I do with what does Will do with last actions these days? Normally demoralized, but everyone around here is already frightened.
Not the mage.
Not the mage. Sure, why not? It can't hurt. Last
There you
action.
go.
You know what? Even better than that, I'm actually going to reach out and touch Jeet. And cast, because I think guidance is a better use of my last action in this case.
Belric might be a better target.
True, but if you hit, you heal people.
Yeah, it's just that it's a status bonus, and I'm getting that from heroism.
Okay. Okay, sure, why not? I'm going to reach out and touch your shoulder, Belric, and you just feel a surge of confidence flow through you. And as I cast guidance.
Solid. Ranger is up. He's just going to continue trying to wall up on poor Belric without the aid of his commander flanking with him anymore. And he's just going to continue hammering down with his warhammer. Both will miss. You see kind of the fear in his eyes throwing off the angle of his blades and attacks. And you see he's kind of just going to take a few steps back and try to regroup with his mage ally. The archer is going to Sentry's aim on once a day. No, he's going to do that again. So he's going to concentrate. You can see him taking aim once again at Jeet, pulling back on the bowstring and trying to just aim it true. But once again, Jeet proves too fast for the man. You see the arrow just fly into the distance. I keep forgetting the mage. The mage is up. Yeah, this time you see him gathering fire, and you see him kind of swirling his hands, and you see 3 rays of fire kind of forming around him. He is going to cast Scorching Ray. And he's going to cast it at Jeet, Mockery, and Wisteria. Alright. Jeet. Miss. Mockery will hit.
Mockery's going down.
Wisteria hit as well. So
I was muted. I was saying I was going to nimble dodge, which don't think it's enough. He rolled a 25. Yeah, that's the one.
Choose a
We're
25.
still-
You may want to save your reaction for the other thing.
All right. 17 to Mockery, 11 to you, Wisteria, as you see like these 3 rays of fire scorch out from the mage and burn into you. You see Mockery kind of burnt, kind of stumble and fall to the ground. Wisteria stays conscious as she's burned into. Jeet's seen fire thrown at him numerous times and is able to kind of move before it strikes him. But Jeet, you're back up.
Ooh, okay.
Mockery's down, by the way.
Yeah, this will be a 2-action heal on Mockery, so it does have the manipulate trait.
He will take a strike.
Not a crit, not a crit, not a crit. Okay, I'll take the hit as long as it's not a crit. 7, all right, 7 points of damage. All right, that's healing for Mockery. And then, I'm so tempted to go after the mage, but I'll do that next round. For now, I'll use my last action to take 1 swing at
Swing away.
infantry. Come on. Yes. Yes.
Nice.
All right, that's my turn.
Oh, solid. Put him down.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the two of us have been more or less dueling, apart from me reaching out to heal people. It's like, and then I find the right opening, and I put him down. Like, I'm too caught up in it, and I just, like, fully run him through with the torso, and then, like, I blink and realize what I just did.
You see him kind of hit the ground, just sliding slowly off your blade. Oh,
Is he dead, or can we heal him?
he's dead.
Unless we want to do the same thing again.
But he's dead. He's not, like, dying. I was vicious. I got too caught up.
All right. All right. You
Right. Well, I see my cue. I have hunted shot on the Rager, so I'm gonna do my first 2 shots, the quick 2 shots on him real quick.
okay?
And having seen the other guy go down, I'm very tempted to do lethal shots. You guys.
Do what you choose to.
Do
It
what
would also
Marvel
be
does.
really messed up if we killed everybody except the main guy.
All right. I'll non-lethal.
Are you not lethal? Okay.
Man, that's not what I want to do though. I'm seeing that guy go down, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
And
do what
this-
Balric would do here. Yeah. If he-
Yeah.
Rick just sees Jeep probably in a little bit of shock, like seeing that man slide. I'm just like, yeah, we're killing.
No prisoners now. Give me some damage. This may be it. Alright.
Man. Sorry, let me switch this. Whoops. Ignore that. Here's a second attack. So 11
Solid,
and
just
9, 20.
enough. Put him down.
Then I'm going to move my hunted prey to the
Alright.
mage. No. I'm going to fire at the mage. My second action. That won't hit, will it?
Unfortunate.
Okay. And then I'm actually going to move my hunted prey to the archer
Okay.
for next turn. And that'll be it.
How does it look as you take down that lizard folk?
I'll have seen, like, I mean, right in front of me, this dragon folk will go down at Jeet's feet. And I'll just kind of like, you know, these next two that I'm shooting at, like, I'll start like aiming, I guess, a little bit more lethally, like right towards the head. And yeah, that second shot will like kind of graze them and put them down for the count.
Wisteria, you see Commander Loke's still breathing body in front of you. You're back conscious.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I guess I could have a different. Yeah.
All right, I
So-
like it. Nice little.
So, you know, Wisteria coming back to consciousness sees Jeet kill this heavy infantry, and she's like, "Jeet, you!" And then she sees Belric kill the Razor, and she takes a moment to recalculate, analyzing the situation, and then a wicked grin goes on her face, and she's gonna take her short sword and slit Commander Loke's throat.
Holy
All
shit!
right.
Oh,
Holy
oh
shit!
no.
Not leaving any loose ends here.
You
No
just
roll
hear from
necessary for that one, but yeah.
you just hear
What are
from
your actions?
Mockery over there, just like, Wisteria!
Oh,
Not entirely disappointed, but a little disproving.
Is that just one action?
Just one action.
All right.
It's like,
the throat slit is one action. Okay.
did the
So then
rest
I'm
of the
going
mercenaries see that,
to-
by the way?
What's that?
Did the rest of the mercenaries see that?
Oh, yeah, it's a pretty clear field. So the mercenaries, Melissa, the other gavels.
Well,
Doing irreparable damage.
Damage.
Oh.
I'm solving problem. I will drop my short sword and put two hands on the crossbow, and then shoot the mage.
All right.
Actually, wait, he's not. Right. So I will. One thing.
Yeah, that
Don't
mage
forget,
needs to go
Wisteria is
because
prone as well.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, Wisteria is prone as well.
Oh, okay. Can I still shoot from prone?
Oh yeah, you can. They're just -2 to attack rolls.
Okay. I'm going to stand up
Okay.
and then
Sweet. I
Take a
think
shot.
that's your 3, right?
yeah, that'll be all three. So I was planning on doing a recall knowledge to try to get off guard, but now I don't have the action for it, which is all right.
All right.
Hey,
jeez,
guess I don't get
jeez.
Oh,
sneak attack.
I don't
but
think
still
you
get-
have enough actions.
So I
Split the
stood his
sun,
throat.
you
I
grab
stood up
your
and
weapon.
You slit them,
It's-
stand up, and change your grip.
oh, changing a grip is a full action.
Yeah.
Would quick draw apply there or no? That's just for drawing a weapon.
Oh, let me read quick draw real quick. I don't think so, but let me check.
Oh yeah, because it's not a 1+. It's literally two hands, right?
Well, I had it in one hand. I was just switching to two. Is that a you
That is,
interact
yeah,
with draw a weapon?
That will take an interact action to switch grip.
And that's
Yeah.
different
It
from
was-
using an interact to draw a weapon, which is what quick draw lets me do.
Yes.
All right. In that case, would it be reasonable to stay prone, like use that action to switch weapon instead of standing up,
Yeah.
and keep the roll? Okay, and then that'll be a -2, so that might turn it into a normal hit, but that's fine.
That'll still be a crit.
Nice. All right. So roll damage.
Nice. This guy is looking rough. He's bleeding quite heavily.
Okay. Is there a way I can add the prone condition back?
If you go into your conditions, you should be able to type it in, but I can just throw it on you real quick too. There you go.
Thanks. All right. That's my turn.
Oof.
All right, Will, you're up. The archer, I think the archer's been touched, but the other guy is looking pretty rough.
All right. I think Rashanael's gonna do something a little weird. She's gonna sort of float forward, going 35 feet, and she's going to like turn her head and turn Will's head and look in both directions at these two foes, and she's just gonna say to them, "You have seen how this battle is going. We do not believe you are without merit in these forms. If you drop your weapons, you may yet live." And I'm casting fear on both of them.
All right.
I have it at the 3rd rank now, so I can cast it on up to 5 people at once.
Oh my goodness.
I was really hoping to do that at the start of this combat, but at the start of this combat, I was
Oh, yeah.
unconscious.
Oh,
The fallen sun mage, unaffected. The other is frightened too. The archer just kind of see him looking hesitantly at his commander, just neck slit on the ground. His other person got shot down. The other just straight like emboweled with a punch. Definitely see fear shining in his eyes.
And that's my turn. Hopefully they retreat.
Yeah, you do see the archer as they kind of sees kind of all of this panic. You see fear just kind of go through him. And he does start to run. And he goes through the fire. Who wants to roll me 40-10?
oh no!
I just
no!
imagine
a lot
like
of
a bug zap.
I'll do it. I'll roll on behalf of the fire.
It's just a charred skeleton that falls out the other side.
Just rolling damage for Nar.
Yeah.
He's really hurt, but you see him like roll
Oh,
through
good.
the fire. And he does make it out. But you hear like boos and hissing come from the fallen sons as he like turns tail and runs. Like the fallen sons were cheering for a long time, especially as like Loke was like slicing people down left and right. After Loke fell, they got quiet. You heard gasp and like some screams and some anger after Wisteria just like slit Loke's throat on the front road. But now it is booing, jeering, like almost like a hiss as this fallen son archer just like completely dishonors himself and runs away. The mage is up.
I would like to say Rashanael just watches after him, just says, "A wise choice."
He's used all of his cool spells. He's gonna use this one. So you see, like this time, holds up his hand, but rather than fire, he is just like this oily water appears on his, the tips of his fingers. And he is going to shoot that at you, Will. You see, he goes, "I will die with my commander." And he just pushes forward. This hydraulic push comes rushing out of his hands. Will, give me a... Oh, it's an attack. Okay. If he will miss...
pushes you in a direction. Right?
Your mortal sense of honor will lead to the death of all of you.
Does he have any...
That's what I've been trying to say.
He doesn't have any one-action moves. You see this time, like, you see, like, as the attack misses, resignation just on his face. He just walks forward. Like, drops his staff, just walks. Gee, what do you do?
Wait, I think Mockery got skipped.
Oh yeah, Mockery, give me a death save. Oh no, you're back up. Yeah,
Yeah, no, Mockery's up.
Mockery, you're up.
So this guy just walked up, and Mockery's looking to everyone else. He looked to him.
Do you yield?
You see just defiance in his eyes, defiance and resignation.
Mockery at first has his great sword, but he kind of half slows it and looks to anyone else to do the deed. Just like,
I feel conflicted about this a little bit. I will not dishonor you by telling you to leave. I will not be the one to kill you.
and he has his great sword.
Like compatriots, the other gavels, I do not know which one will do so, but I pray for your safety in the next life, in Donna's realm.
G, you are up then. Do you attempt to knock him out? Attempt to kill him?
Knock him out. Yeah.
Knock him out?
We'll,
Alright.
we'll try the non-lethal approach first. So it's just going to be one swing with that. Let's hold on. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So non-lethal. Let's do. Add that and roll it.
That'll hit.
Okay.
You should be able to take him
So,
down.
23
Solid.
non-lethal.
How's it look if you knock him out?
Pummel to his head.
As you knock him down, you see kind of like before where the Fallen Sons were booing and hissing at the archer. They fall silent once again. You do see Beshnit as well as Ostin. Liz is quiet, but Best and Ostin and Boro are like clapping. And you hear Ostin start going, "Gavels, gavels." It is just the gavels cheering. Fallen Sons, they look despondent. Like you see some of them like have tears kind of running down their cheeks. You see others are angry, gripping their spears. You do even see some of them, like the front line, kind of start making their way kind of towards the fiery circle. But you see Arx kind of from the other side with his like honor guard around him, raise his hand. He goes, "The Fallen Sons have lost, and your commander made a deal. One of your fallen sons was a coward, or the rest of you all dishonorable enough to forego our deal." You kind of hear his voice boom out as he said that, and you see for a moment some of them pause, some of them keep trying to walk forward, but you see him kind of stamp his staff to the ground, and his voice is magically enhanced, and he goes, "Commander Loke promised Thrax, General the 13th Legion, that if he went against the General's advice and fought the Gavels and lost, the Fallen Sons would no longer be a mercenary company. They would be inducted into the Legion.
Oh, shit.
If you run, the Legion will hunt you down. If you try to defy me, have no fear about being hunted down. My magic will deal with you now." And you see as he says that, the rest of the Fallen Sons like stand down and kind of snap to attention. But with that, the ring of fire dissolves, and you see Melissa kind of coming in. She gives you a concerned yet friendly pat kind of on the shoulder. Wisteria, she gives you like a look. Like, it's not like a hostile look, but it's definitely like the look where you've seen something. It's a distasteful look. Like, you can definitely see her scales kind of scrunching and just pure distaste. But she calls out, "The Gavels are the winners. Take time, patch your wounds. And you kind of see her whisper to you, Jeet. Jeet, we will talk later. With that, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break and get into the last bit of this session for tonight. So come back 9:10, and we'll all wrap it up.
I will say, Mockery is in the background cheering Wisteria like,
You could have waited. Why did you do it right then? It is an honor duel. It's called the Duel of Honor and Death.
Yeah,
They had no
providing
healers. They couldn't get them back up.
I'm sorry, Mocker. I've never been knocked out like that before. Will you? I'll try to do better next time.
and you'll like be a little surprised by that response. Eh?
I'd hope so. You've certainly set that expectation that you improve often. I did see
didn't-
that smile, though.
I didn't realize you wanted him to stay alive. Seeing what I don't know what happened while I was knocked out, but I saw Jeet and Belric both killing them, so I assumed that something had happened to change our approach.
We'll talk more of it later. For now, I need a drink and some gauze.
Well, I can help you with that gauze, but the drink you'll have to get somewhere else. And I'll pull out my healer's kit to begin patching Mockery's wounds.
Thank you.
And we'll take that break. So everybody come back 5 minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to the last part of session 14. The Gavels have emerged victorious from their duel of blood and honor. And with that, too, I don't know what that divided up is, but you guys get 200 gold coins for completing that as the kind of the duel's pay. But with that, you see the Fallen Sons kind of in formation. You do see Arcs along with his kind of 5 kind of otter guards with their white banner of peace approaching the barrier of fire, and you see him look to Melissa and go, "We have been summoned. I come in behalf of General Thrax. He apologizes, but with recent events, he cannot make it. So I will represent him today. I request formally entrance into the monastery and confirm that I only come in peace." And with that, you do see Melissa let him and his guards in. But what is that outside of like patching up? Does anybody do anything right this moment? Melissa does say that she wants to see you a little bit later. But outside of that, you see kind of Arcs' honor guard come in. The Fallen Sons kind of holding position outside of the monastery, and then kind of the bodies of the slain.
I think Will just sort of, as soon as like the sort of adrenaline of everything ends, Will drops to the ground. He stops floating, and his eyes return to normal, and he looks a little dizzy. Like he's like, not again. But that's it.
And Jeep will wipe the blood of the infantryman that he killed, and he's also looking somber. He's helped his allies kill before, but striking the killing blow, this may be the first time. I'm not fully certain, especially against someone who's not fully evil. There's someone who's doing his duty. So he's looking somber, but not ashamed.
I'm gonna try to carefully observe Arcs and the troops from Thrax and keep an eye on them, their demeanor, looking for like what sort of items they're kind of bringing with them into the monastery to try to get a sense of like what their goals or objectives might be here, or if there's any kind of clues I can pick up on like things that they might be planning here. or I'm just kind of like nervous about them being here.
Okay. Oh well, they you know, Melissa did invite the representatives of the factions to come talk about what to do with the Emperor's body.
Right. So I guess if there's anything that stands out as like beyond just them being here to chat.
Yeah, no role necessary. You kind of see that they're armed. Like they're definitely like military people. But you don't see anything kind of unusual that they're carrying on their person. You do see that Arcs does have a satchel with them as well, but outside of their gear, like and the white banner of peace that one of his guards is holding, and nothing really kind of stands out with what they have on their persons.
Gotcha.
Belric, pretty casual. He would kind of walk around. He missed a lot of shots, so he'd be like casually looking for like maybe some of his arrows to see if they're still intact. And all this during like Bear would kind of run up to him and like nudge him and like give him like, all right, man, you're all right, and like maybe like lick his wounds or try to treat them, and they would just kind of embrace.
As Bear runs up, you do see Beshnet and Ostin also make their way in. You see Ostin go, "Good show, my friends. A little bloody towards the end, but hey, everybody's alive. I thought we were doing the non-lethal route, but hey, you guys are all still here. 200 gold coins too. I'll say it's a good day."
Do we get to keep the chest? It's very nice.
You see Ostin Jones. If they don't take it from you, keep it.
Beshnet, we have a new container for the gavel treasury.
That gavel chant was great, you guys.
He also said the moment felt right. And you hear Beshnet just grumbling, "How good another thing to carry."
Bearer of the gavel's burdens, of their standard, of all their most treasured artifacts. Most trusted to do so.
You see, he kind of nods at that. He goes, "I did like carrying the standard." But then he kind of goes and starts kind of helping kind of move the trunk with the gold coins out of the field.
We need to get him a wagon or something.
The smallest person in our squad is the person carrying all this stuff.
Just like, especially when you consider in the party we have big chunky dwarf, we got a fucking bear, a juggernaut in heavy armor, and then whatever the hell you describe Mockery as. Oh, and you know, Roseris Nork. Nah, it's the kobold. I find it quite humorous myself. I quite like it.
One thing, Wisteria, you do notice as Arx kind of walks past the duel, you hear him mutter under his breath, like looking at Loke's body. He calls him a fortunate fool. Can just hear him go, "Fortunate fool," as he walks past.
How far away is Arx from, because like we're having this kind of like huddle of the gavel all talking to each other when I hear that. I guess I'll kind of say, why is he so fortunate to Arx? Not really trying to have a lot of other people over here, but if there's like people in the area, like that's fine.
You see, he kind of looks a little perturbed, but he goes, "Fortunate fool. Who said I said he was fortunate?"
I certainly agree with the fool part.
They'll say I'm not displeased with the way this events worked out.
Well, let's hope we can keep things civil in this monastery, huh?
I would like to. My general has reached out his hand to friendship and many times to you all. But at least the last few times I feel it's been slapped away. Thrax, he did wish me to convey a message to you if I saw you. He appreciates you not taking the lives of the soldiers, even though the events with Royce were unfortunate. He wishes to tell you that while you are no longer friends, he bears you no ill will. You are welcome in the city of Akara, but he does come with a warning. While you took the Emperor to a neutral ground and he appreciates that, if you stand against him again, he will crush you. He does not like defiance, especially from outsiders.
And is trying to return the Emperor to his rightful place and sensibilities defiance to threats?
Where's his rightful place? I would guess it's his home in a Terran, but I see you did not take him to the Loyalist.
I don't fear any conflict between the Gavel and Thrax. I fear what will happen when the Loyalists and Imperialists get here.
Well, the choice must be made. As I said, Thrax bears you no ill will. He's much more forgiving, honorable, stubbornly honorable than I am. But he's my friend and my general. With that, I bid you good day. You see him kind of turn, and his honor guard kind of trots off towards the monastery.
Did the rest of us hear that conversation too?
Yeah, you gotta hear the last tale of it.
Okay.
Out of character, he's the one who convinced the general to throw his hand to the ring, isn't he? To take his stake into taking over Eteria.
Can't comment.
I don't think
The
Mockery
fire.
think that's how I won't bring up with his character. Oh, sorry.
The fire burn. Oh, sorry. Was that out of character? Okay.
Yeah, that was all like
okay.
out of character.
Okay.
Wisteria will say, Ark seems to be pretty clever. Would have loved to have had him as an ally, but I'm better. The Gavel makes a much stronger ally than anyone I could find here in Eteria.
Much agreed. His tongue is sharp and silvered. Hearing people speak like that reminds me of the gambling tables at the higher levels.
I'd love to see his magic at work.
I would not.
Oh, not directed at us, of course, but
That'd be the only way I see going forward. We'd see it.
At the very least, it seems like a reasonable fella. I appreciate that at least. At least not everybody out there is trying to, kill everyone who stands in their way and make enemies wherever they go.
I mean, we're not trying to do that, but we're certainly succeeding at it.
Actually, I wasn't talking about us when I said that, but actually.
We have fought undead and traitors. I don't quite see that as us doing a will to the world.
Yeah, either way, I need a nap. I'm going inside.
I must prepare for the duel that me and Eugene will have. Meaning I need a lot of rest.
Today? Now? Really?
No, I also need some amount of rest. I'm tapped out for today. Another day then.
Another day. I only want to fight you at your best.
I must go now to speak with Melissa, but in the upcoming days sometime. Let's do it.
Of course.
Yeah, and you guys are able to disperse, get some rest. Jeet, you are able to make your way to kind of Melissa's office. You find her meditating within, and kind of before you even knock on the door, she goes, "Enter, Anjanit. Congratulations on your victory. How do you feel about it?"
I feel that I did well, that I showed Nar's might and his mercy, and yet I do not feel entirely at ease with everything that happened, including some of my actions.
You physically fought well, and losing control in the heat of the battle was a duel to the death. Sparing him, killing him, that was your choice. But I do kind of see it, she's like an old teacher. Like she's definitely like she likes to kind of like you see the smile that you've seen when she has to make a point, and she goes, "I do take offense with her. Not offense. I take issue with one thing you said. You fought with Nara's might. Can you truly say that?"
The thing that he gets from his heritage, like they start glowing red as he's blushing. I have been careful. Teacher, it is one of our tenets to not use fire recklessly. And I try my best, his voice quavering, to not use fire recklessly.
You see her nod and go, "Did that mage who burned your friend, was that reckless?"
No,
I fear
that
not using
was-
fire recklessly just means your flames healed, and I was proud to see you pull that off. That you have grown, your strength is multiplied. But I fear that the name your mother gave you, the fire touched, weighs heavily upon you.
Teacher, you know what happened in Sona? Oh, sorry, in Soga. And it's not that I am not opposed to fire. I can bear it. I can defend against it and use it for healing and to power up my strikes and the strikes of my allies. But I still worry that if I don't have precise control, that it will go entirely out of my control.
See her nod and go, "Jit, I told you that you were ready to take the trials." You see her point to your armor that you've forged yourself. And she goes, "Your armor has been forged. Your skills are up to the challenge. But you will need to embrace the fire to survive the Flamekeeper's trials."
Teacher, what do you recommend?
You kind of see her like take a deep breath and kind of actually stand up from meditative pose, and she goes, "I suggest you trust yourself. Tomorrow, you will climb Nars Mountain, making your way to the Inferno. Upon it, you will meet with the head Flamekeeper, and he will give you a trial. And truth be told, the whole journey is a trial. But, and I cannot interfere with this, he will be the one to determine whether you're worthy of being a flame keeper, a true war priest of Nar. But trust yourself. You've grown much since the incident in Soga. If you believe in yourself, the flames will not get away from you.
Okay, teacher. I will think tonight and tomorrow as I meditate to do my preparations on all that you have taught me on the techniques of using the flames. And then we shall see what happens.
You see, she smiles. Like kind of her demeanor changing, a little bit more relaxed. She does pat you on the shoulder and says, "I do wish Kazu wasn't cooking at the time. He would have been excited to see how you laid that lizard folk on the ground to kick off the fight. Well struck."
Thank you, teacher. I thought it was pretty cool as well.
You see, she chuckles and goes, "It was. But go get some rest, young one. Yeah, tomorrow will be a trying day for you."
Thank you, teacher. And he takes his leave.
Perfect. So with that, two things we want to get done before this session. The faction downtime. I always forget the faction downtime. So you guys have a faction downtime with kind of your whole crew there. Is there anything the faction as a whole wants to accomplish at Nara's Inferno? This will be a little bit of a retcon of the last week that you guys are doing all this, but what's the group trying to do?
I say recruit the bard.
Sounds
Works
good.
for me. Oh, that's probably going to be re-rolling, isn't it?
Perfect. So, what are you guys looking to do with the bard?
So my thought was that, like, I mean, we've talked a lot about the Gavel's reputation and trying to set the record straight. So ideally, like, compose some songs about us and our adventures, and maybe not necessarily stick with the Gavel all the time, but like travel to different places and just like tell people about how great we are and spread the word and try to build up that reputation a bit more.
Nice. You guys kind of want more of like a traveling bard kind of singing your tales, right?
Yeah.
Guerrilla marketing, you know?
Perfect. Two of you guys, this would be basically 3 rolls necessary, 2 out of 3. Tell me how you guys approach kind of recruiting this bard. And this would kind of be whether this is more of like a paid bard that's kind of going traveling around with you, or one maybe you can get to sip the Kool-Aid and fully join the Gavels and work for free like the rest of the other guys.
Don't say it like that. Good
I
question.
mean, listen, I would be heading, like, before I'm resting, I would be heading to the pub after that battle. I feel like that's, like, after that battle, we're probably, like, at our highest, right? So maybe we could find someone drinking the Kool-Aid after that.
It's a decent chance somebody
Arts-
was impressed by our display, at least.
Bards seem to be at pubs.
So you guys are at the Burning Dragon Monastery. There's definitely booze around, but more of a mess hall than like a pub itself.
So
I mean, considering how it was last time we were there.
there has to be someone in the Burning Dragon Monastery who is truly impressed with the Gavels, because we have been doing some things this week, though some of them have been other than others.
Or would we be able to send some of our like followers to Akara to look around there?
So if you guys don't have to get the bard right away, because this is kind of before Arcs let you guys know that you're kind of safe to go to Akara. And Thrax wasn't gonna imprison you before you get and kill you before you guys did.
So
You guys do have, for this level, you do have 4 weeks of downtime total. So that those will all get a faction round too. This in case you do want to recruit the bard from the city or kind of a more populous area.
okay.
I feel like a bard from the Dragon Monastery would be lame.
Saying like hymns of
wrong?
Nar, and that's all he knows.
Yeah. Only one instrument, one song.
I wouldn't mind recruiting a monk or a cleric from like a lower monk or cleric from the monastery. Nar's name is respected in Ateria, so
Yeah.
more of us there are.
That sounds good.
One thing I'll mention too, because this next one will put you guys, next recruit will put you guys up to faction level 3. And it doesn't have to be here if you recruit that, but one of the things you guys will want to keep an eye out for as you try to go to faction level 4 and recruit more is you will need like a lieutenant. So kind of a second in command that runs the gavels when you guys aren't there.
Passionate.
Yeah.
Avi.
Yeah.
I love how it's like a unanimously best.
It's like, yeah, duh.
He's put in his time.
He just needs to think like, what would disappoint me most right now? That's what they do.
Yeah, I feel like if he can talk back to us, he can keep the others in line.
Yeah. Yeah, recruiting someone from the Burning Dragon Monastery, a low-ranking monk or cleric, someone who can show. Well, what would that show for the gavels? Like Gita said, Nar's respected in these lands, but what else?
It would also allow our followers to have somebody like, assuming like, say, I don't know, say we send our followers to do something somewhere, we could have somebody with some healing magic along with them would be nice.
That's fair.
Just something to think about. I had something else in my head, but it's gone now. As soon as I started talking, I forgot what it was.
Sweet. So it sounds like the group consensus is recruiting the monk, and you guys have been kind of a pretty solid oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I just remembered the thing. Having somebody with us that is from a party that is widely known to be a neutral party could be beneficial to us as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good call. More reason.
Perfect. So you guys do have like a pretty solid reputation. Mockery's fought a lot of the students and won. Kind of earning some respect over there from some of the midline students. Jeet's got a sterling reputation at the monastery growing up there. They're all happy to see him. And you guys did win your Duel of Blood and Honor. Little bit of a scourge on that one though. So I'm going to give you guys a +2 circumstance bonus. You would get a +3, but some are still looking at you guys a little sideways with that execution on the dueling field. But +2 to any rolls you guys make. Same thing. 2 out of 3 rolls. You can see how each one of you guys approaches trying to find the monk or the cleric, actually, I should say, to recruit for the gavels. So somebody kick it off.
If you want, I can start with religion. Just,
Yay!
how great is Nar? So
how does you go about that?
So G finds someone who he sees has the right vibes. So specifically, it's someone who is who follows Nar's like discipline, fire, healing, is still open-minded to other approaches. We don't want a fundamentalist. Yeah, I think that's just it. Yeah, he doesn't care about the actual personality type or disposition, as long as it's someone who symbolizes some of Nar's good traits without being entrenched in them.
All right. Yeah, give me a religion check as you kind of go through and start comparing kind of the gospels between with the people, kind of see who believes enough but not like a crazy amount.
Yeah.
Like who believes
So
but it's not their whole personality.
+2. Okay.
Just enough. Yeah, you go through and you find some recruits that kind of like model your own kind of disciplined, fiery spirit. It kind of seemed taken with the way, somewhat unorthodox way, the Gavels have approached pretty much everything. We'll say, going through, fighting honorably, fighting to win, but sometimes doing kind of what's necessary, even if it may not be by the strictest code of honor. So you've on that side of recruits who may fit that mold, putting you guys to one of the two successes needed. Who wants to go next?
I can go next. So I have a lore training in the Eternal Empire of Eteria as of this level. So I'm looking for someone, trying to like weed out people who, because I want to find someone who's familiar enough with the politics and everything going on that we seem to be getting pretty entrenched in. They have a sense for the attitudes of the different leaders and might have some ideas or recommendations into what it'll take to get things back to normal. And maybe I'm thinking Wisteria starts like leaving trivia questions written on pieces of paper around the monastery, and then that like the answer like leads to another location, which leads to another location, and so like whoever's smart enough to answer the trivia questions properly will like follow the clues until eventually it just leads to a room where like the whole gavel's there and they're like, yeah, welcome or whatever.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, give me a lore check. You said you picked up a new lore?
Yes, because I got an intelligence bump, which gave me another trade skill.
Nice. Yeah, unfortunately, like, you left a lot of cool trivia clues around, but you see a lot of the monks just kind of like picking it up and like, who's littering? And like,
come on, we just need to wait another hour or two. Somebody's going to show up having solved everything. I guarantee. You gotta have faith in the monster.
It'd be funny if like it's Beshnu who shows up like, guys, look at this thing I solved.
You see Oster just kind of pat you on the back with staring, goes, yeah, they'll be here soon. Just we'll wait a little while longer.
So
did you bring cards? Did you bring...
I want to be on the record of not being in the room waiting for someone to come back to the scavenger hunt. I'll be at the bar or something. I don't know.
I feel like Belrick's hanging out with Olo and just kind of just drinking.
Yeah, we're hanging.
I'm claiming the next role.
All right.
This one's pretty simple. To look for the proper monk and their cleric, Mockery's dueling more people. He's, to be fair, what other chance is he going to have to duel the end to respectfully and honorably duel the enemies of his god while treating them as friends? He's in the house of one of his friends. It's a complicated situation, but with that, I'd like to roll the lore on the infernal gods for the same kind of fighting style to truly try and bring out who someone is through their actions in combat.
All right.
They are honorable, coward. What kind of? How do they hold themselves and whatnot? That was without the circumstance bonus.
Yeah, fortunately, it does not help. Kind of the infernal lore, like, especially after seeing some of the how some of the dual pieces went. A lot of pieces were a little more sketchy on the infernal lore. You kind of, especially as you kind of go through hollering out for Rog and all of those pieces, you kind of start seeing like the people wanting to duel with you, like the student line kind of starts to shrivel up a little bit. And you see a lot of the elders and kind of the teachers and like the full pledged monks completely avoiding you.
No one has beaten me yet. Why is there no one challenged? God, by the gods.
All right. So, Belric, Will, one of you bring us home, or?
Oh, I thought we only got 3 chances. I would like to help. I would like to recruit somebody by being normal.
That was 3 rolls.
Oh, that was 3. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Recruit somebody by being normal.
I was going to use diplomacy and just try to recruit people.
just just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Just like talk to them.
Not that G wasn't doing that.
Look, well, this
Fighting
definitely would have
people?
worked if we were in Mokoland. I guarantee it.
You know what? I believe you, and that's very concerning to me.
Will was gonna be like, "Hey, do you want to join our group?" And they'd be like, "Sure." Instead of
If
all
I
this-
Belric just like throw a beer at him, like, hey, you're a
Yeah.
gavel now.
Gavels.
Instead of fighting them or creating these riddles, we're gonna be like, "Yo, you should join us." And they'd be like, "Oh."
Pass our trials
What a
3.
what a novel concept.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's like the 2 different styles. It's like pass our trials 3 of intelligence, of combat, of where are you going? Versus
yeah.
gavel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like Will and Belric just gonna watch this all go down. Like, have you
in our
tried
heads.
this asking? Have you tried?
All right, we know who we're sending after the bard next week.
Perfect. Well, unfortunately, you're not able to recruit the monks in this downtime. But last thing, before we move on from the downtime piece, Wisteria, I think you had an interview you wanted to do.
Yeah, I was hoping to chat with Jeet while he's in his home turf. So maybe after your conversation with your teacher, you're exhausted from the battle, ready to get some rest before this big trial you have tomorrow, and you head to your room. You open the door, and there's 2 chairs sitting across from each other. Wisteria in one with her legs crossed, notebook on, blank page open, and she's tapping her pen against the notebook, and she's like, "You're not one to be late, typically, G."
Oh, yes, the talk with Melissa just got slightly awkward, but it was good. It was great. The interview. He sits down, looks around, he says, "You think could I have Will here to like translate for me?"
What do you mean?
No, never mind.
I mean, I can speak in Atarian if that would be easier for you.
That's not exactly what I meant, but if you could speak in Atarian, I'm curious, how fluent are you?
1 second. Where did I write down?
Oh, this was another something that I have seen, which was a house rule that gave proficiencies to languages, and I was like, oh yeah, you can be like trained versus master in different languages, right?
Let's go.
Yeah, so say of the 5 non-common languages I speak, I'd say it's the one I'm most proficient in.
All right, then
it-
let us begin the interview.
All right,
well.
all the viewers, you have to mute this part because you don't understand it. They're speaking Italian. None of you speak that, I know for sure.
So what is your full name?
Second. My headphones just died.
Oh,
Okay, you guys can hear me?
Okay.
Go for it.
what is your full name?
Hold on, I need to check. Abe, yes, sorry. Agnijit Abe.
Very well. What is your role or title in the gavel?
I am the quartermaster.
What is your ancestry?
I am human enough.
Enough?
Sufficient. Sufficiently human to count as human. in most regards, yes.
She writes, reading out loud, more human than Wisteria.
What do you consider to be your ancestry?
She would answer immediately. I'm thinking for a second. She would say 50% human, 47% orc, and 3% goblin.
Okay, all right. Then I would say some percentage above 90 human for myself, and some percentage in there, much less than 10, that is fire.
Fire. Interesting. Let's see. Okay, so I have a few. Or what skills do you offer the gavel?
That's a tough one. What skills do I? Oh, healing, of course. Yes, I bring healing aplenty. Nar is the god of fire, and fire can be life itself. And I channel that, and I heal my allies. And then I also do a bunch of assorted things.
You're muted.
Magical healing, medical knowledge,
Magical, yes.
crafting expertise.
Well, yes, not the greatest at crafting, but if you give me enough time and something sufficiently simple, then I can make it. Yes.
Less crafting expertise than Wisteria.
I would say that's fair. Yes. Oh, sorry, you're not reading this out loud. You're just writing it. Yeah.
She's reading it out loud.
Okay. Yeah, yes, I would say that's fair.
Kind of laughing. Okay, so your mother.
No. Before we continue, well, what do you think you bring?
My interview is not scheduled for probably about 3 or 4 weeks.
And who's running that interview?
I'm running all the interviews.
May I be present when you interview yourself?
Typically, they're one-on-one in case anything comes up that shouldn't be shared. But I think I can make an exception.
Thank you. Continue.
So your mother seems to be getting pretty involved in the politics around here. This could be useful for the gavel, or it could be a challenge, as we've seen with Thrax. How do you think that will turn out for the gavel's fortune?
I do not know.
No suspicions or expectations, or at least any past experiences with her that you think might imply future actions?
Perhaps if the gavel and I were sufficiently renowned around Ateria, we could favorably influence her and the prince, the high prince. If not, I suspect we will not be able to make sufficient inroads.
So she's a woman who respects reputation.
No reply. Face blank. Perfectly blank.
I mean, she's your mother. Certainly you have some insight into what it is she wants and would do.
She would like Hmm. Actually, I imagine now that right now where she is, she probably likes it quite a bit.
Okay. Do you have any history with any members of Squad 7?
Yes. Oh, yes. The monk, the drunken monk. Olo. Unpleasant. You can summarize the history as unpleasant. Not to the point where we are nemesis, but I do not like him.
Was it some connection between him and the Burning Dragon Monastery that led to you encountering each other?
No, yeah. Just his lack of discipline, lack of self-control, and some less than honorable actions that I have seen in a mutual mission that we were performing for the Arbiters.
Well, should we come into a scenario in which we need leverage against Squad 7, less than honorable actions could be quite useful if you could detail that for me.
Sure. All right. Here they are. And then I'll tell you, like, specifically in the mission what happened, but you can come up with the details afterwards.
Sure, that's fine. How much does, or do you think Nar expects of you as a member of the Gavel? Will Nar's warlike tendencies prove an issue for us, or is that not a concern?
Nar is not a god of war. You are thinking of Senso perhaps incorrectly. Nar is about might and fire. So just wanted to make sure we were aligned on that. I do not.
Might doesn't exist except when it's in use. How can, if there was no war or conflict, there wouldn't be any might. And certainly, Ataria's had its fair share of wars that he's approved of, I'm sure.
Look, theology is complicated. There are different facets to these philosophies. The simplest one I can say that no, might on its own can do a lot. A single mighty figure can be the rallying point for a lot of people's loyalties. It can unite nations. It can bring together crowds, the might of an athlete that is competing in a public competition. There are many ways. Might can also be used to defend, to protect, not necessarily to attack. There are many ways that might can be challenged, and yes, war is one of them, but it is not as though Nar favors the might shown in war over the might shown in all other instances.
Noted. Why have you never used fire to harm any of the enemies of the Gavel?
So the same thing that Melissa saw, you see the red veins on his face, like light up red. And this is the tiny percentage of him that's not human that shows up. I have had, and with fire going out of control. As such, I feel, I am waiting until I have more fine-tuned control over the flames before I actively use them against our opponents.
And when and where did this occur?
It occurred in Soga. I was young. And that's all he'll say.
Okay. Last question. Should the current alliance between the Gavel and the Burning Dragon Monastery go south, and you are forced to choose to ally with one side or the other, which would you choose?
I would choose the Burning Dragon Monastery.
Okay, that's all the questions I have. Thank you for the interview. She stands up, folds her notebook, puts it away, and kind of brushes her dress off and steps out.
Oh, and do let me know when you schedule the self interview.
Yeah, of course.
Perfect with that as well. Oh, time. I think we got the big pieces of downtime that we hadn't had a chance to. So we'll get. Before we actually get to that, Will, Belric, did you guys have anything that you all wanted to do as you guys are kind of chilling in the monastery for the night before kind of heading off before Jeet's trial, we'll say?
Not sign up for an interview.
Oh, you signed up for the Gavel. You signed up for an
I think Will would at this point like to tell everybody what he saw related to blessing. Maybe just Wisteria? No, I think he would tell everybody. He at some point, I don't know, at some place or time when everybody just happened to be together or something, he would bring up the fact that he saw someone very close. I don't think he's told everybody else his relationship with this person, but he said he saw Blessing, somebody he's very close to, fighting a battle in a city far to the south, and she seemed to be winning, so that's a good thing. But well, I don't know, something about the look in her eyes I didn't like. She looked like she was enjoying it a whole lot. But I mean, here's the thing. And he lies to himself. There's a certain amount of the influence that comes from all of our angel ancestors that sort of bleeds into us. Like, I felt it as well when we are fighting the undead in particular. I find myself perhaps reveling in it a little bit, but I'm sure that was probably the same thing for her. I don't know what exactly she was fighting, but I mean, they appear to be just people, but who knows what was going on? I have no context. I just, thought all of y'all should know that, well, a friend of mine is, I know where she is at the very least, and so, I don't know. I'm not even really sure why I'm telling all of y'all this. Never mind. Just ignore me.
Does Will mention the Gilded Rose piece?
Actually, he probably
Unmuted.
would.
I also said the Gilded Rose piece at the same time you did, Deacon.
See, Ryan had forgotten about that part, but I think he would bring that up. Yeah, just like to describe like the situation and what he saw.
So Mockery's gonna pipe up.
I too have seen those roses, that Citra. During Power's vision, I had seen a gnoll like myself, but without any of my gifts, if you would, just a gnoll.
All right.
Was she working with them or fighting them?
I legitimately can't remember.
So she was a little bit of because both of you guys saw visions of Mockery. You saw the gnoll fighting soldiers of the Gilded Rose on their chest, and with Blessing, you saw her fighting soldiers of the Gilded Rose as well.
Oh, the guy was fighting them? Got it.
Yeah.
So, little correction there, Lee.
All right. Well, so and that gnoll is somebody you know?
No. I've never met anyone like me.
Huh.
At least
You were shown a vision of somebody else also fighting against this Gilded Rose organization. Interesting.
If we figure out where those are, who they work for, perhaps we'll find her blessing.
Well, I believe I know where they are.
You do?
I don't know if they are only in that place, but they are in a city called Marin, far to the south here, in Imperium of Mechis, if I remember correctly.
And Will remember too. He did recall knowledge. The Gilded Rose is a symbol of the Imperium of
Right.
Magus.
So they would be. So they'd be everywhere in that country, probably.
I was planning to travel to Mechas at the end of my pilgrimage. It appears we must go there much earlier.
You see, it's a little. Here's the thing: Rashanael right now is also really wanting to go to Mechas, but I think for very different reasons from you.
Oh,
Problem.
that... I've been meaning to talk to you about that, but that can wait a moment.
Would the two of you like to go there now?
I mean, not at this very moment. I don't. I mean, let's be honest. Part of me would like to rush over there right away. Blessing is very important to me, but I do have business here I have to attend to first.
After the peace talks and the fight for peace, we'll see how it is here. If there's anything more we as Galvos can do, and if not, it would be best to travel out. But if so, that we can bring order, we must bring order. But it might be out of our hands by that time.
I'm assuming you brought up the part about how like Rashanael couldn't speak to Blessing's angel, or it was like closed off or something like that.
You know, yes, you know what? I don't think necessarily that Will would like care to bring all that stuff up, but I do also think that the story goes forward better and faster if I share all that information. So, sure.
I mean, in that case, Wisteria would ask, so do you think that's something that happened to her or something she did to herself to affect her bond between her and her angel?
I couldn't even begin to guess. I didn't think that such a thing was possible.
Yeah, given the fact what you've described before, that you were press-ganged into joining those...
The luminescence, yeah. I mean, I was sort of raised by him, so, you know.
Still, if she is anything like you, perhaps she did seek that out. In order to both cling to her power and to no longer have the force, that angel possessing her.
Right. She is... In fact, it was kind of her idea for us to, leave. I was prepared to just live my life there, but she, in particular, didn't like the idea, so...
She's your better half!
You could say that, for sure.
Don't let Rashanael hear that.
Oh, shut up. There's,
Will.
Yeah.
We've mentioned it before. I'll bring it up now. Is something like that something you'd want? I know Rashanael can hear us. You don't have to answer now. Perhaps we can get some magics to talk telekinetically. Or telepathically.
I actually can do that already. It would be much the same as I am speaking right now, I think, though. I will say that I was not given a choice to join in this bond, and it has certainly caused me some problems. At the same time, I am certainly more powerful than I would have been on my own. So, it's hard to forget all of it.
Will, sincerely, you may... It's hard to say to give it some thought given your current predicament, but if that is the route you're going down, I wouldn't speak for the Gavos, but I would stand by you. Know that.
I appreciate that. And here's something interesting. Blessing was still using her divine magic despite the fact that Rashanael was unable to speak with Sandrio. So, what's going on there? I haven't the slightest idea, but it seems amazing. If I hadn't seen it exactly the way I saw it, I would be overjoyed. But I don't know, something about the way she looked, it makes me nervous. She didn't seem like the kind who would be gleefully cutting people down.
Given the fact that she's in Mechas, there are many infernal worshippers there. Perhaps they know far more about possession than we do, and have given her ability to still harness what would otherwise be an unwelcome guest.
Could be for sure.
Tegan, is this something Mockery would have heard of as a follower of the infernal gods? Has it ever been the case that demons have been, chained, if you would, to be a power source for people?
Demons, you would not have heard of a similar situation where the person was born with a demon, because similar to how Will and Blessing have been, but they have summoned demons and kind of not as power sources, but as more kind of using some of the summon demon type abilities and powers.
I see. In that case, Mockery wouldn't bring that up right now. I wouldn't see it as too connected.
Regardless of the state that Blessing's in, I'm definitely interested in finding out if there is a method of severing the bond between angel and host. Such a thing would be good to exist, whether or not you desire it.
Will chooses his words very carefully. I am also interested, purely for curiosity's sake. And he just randomly starts sweating for no reason.
When it comes to the luminescent, if it can be that their host and angel can be separated without harm coming to the two of them, perhaps that is the closest thing to a peace that can occur if we do come into conflict. So that way, I saw how Rashaniel made you cry. So that way, there would not be any grief.
That part, that wasn't really me. Sometimes, her emotions sort of bleed through. That's all. It didn't really. Never mind. It's complicated. I'm gonna go get some snacks. Will brushes off his clothes, brushes nothing off of his clothes, and stands up.
Well, I have another question. Two, maybe.
What's that?
Shoot, Tegan, what's the god of light's name again? I can't believe I forgot after Ichabod cursed their name so many times.
Hikari.
Thank you.
Are you a follower of Hikari?
Rashanael is a follower of Hikari, and I am the will of Rashanael.
I'm sorry if this causes you pain to say out loud, but have you ever considered converting faiths?
I have not considered changing my faith, no, to a different deity.
Mocker, I think some investigation into a method to communicate with Will directly might be useful, so we should look into that at some point.
Yes. Truly, despite all the ill that she's caused you, Will, she has also kept you safe in combat. I want no harm to come to Rashanael.
Truly, honestly, I have a complicated relationship with Rashanael, but truly, Rashanael has been with me my whole life, and I don't even honestly know who I'd be without her. She is annoying sometimes. He looks up at nothing, at the ceiling. But she's not all bad. I don't want to give off the impression that I'm some sort of prisoner in my own body or anything. I wouldn't even be here if it was completely up to her what was going on. We compromise, we speak, we make decisions together. So it's not all bad. I don't want to make it sound like I'm dying or anything.
I see.
I open a page of my journal and kind of show it to the group and say, she's as much a member of the Gavel as any of us, and it has Rashawn Isle's name written underneath Will's in like the list of the people in the Gavel. And I am greatly appreciative of all the magic she provides us. I just want to make sure that you are free to make your own choices, and the two of you can serve the Gavel in your own unique capabilities. Lots of us have allegiances outside the Gavel of various types. But we're here together, and we can pool our skills together to accomplish the goals that we have. And we're also free to act on those allegiances, keeping them, prioritizing them over the Gavel, or prioritizing the Gavel over them. And Will, you should be free to make those decisions with whatever you think is best.
I appreciate the sentiment.
Just as Rashawn Isle should.
Perfect. Well, after that, you guys are able to kind of split off, get some rest. I imagine Jeet's meditating, kind of preparing for his trials the next day. But as you guys get some sleep, for most of the crew, or pretty much all of the crew, Jeet maybe not. You get a restful night of sleep. But Mockery, as you're sleeping, you have a very vivid dream. You you hear and feel the thundering of hooves, the shifting of armor, and you hear a voice at the end of it. You kind of see like this long ride through the desert, and kind of reminiscent from the vision you saw from Powell, except this is riding through Eteria. The vision you saw from Powell was during the day under the blazing sun. You see this one's kind of illuminated by the moon, and you see almost the outside of the Burning Dragon Monastery, kind of outside of the area where the fire spoke up and blocked the fallen suns. You see kind of hoofs kind of kicking up sand around it, and you hear a voice say, "Come, meet us and see if you are worthy." And as you hear that voice go, you're woken by the howl, like just straight up howl of. Did you ever name your hyena?
Not yet.
Okay, by the howl.
Nice,
of
dude. Nice.
So you see the hyena howling as it sees you are awake. You see it like trot, like not fast enough that you need to like kind of move quickly to follow it, but it's not trying to leave you. Almost like it's leading you.
Mockery would be awake immediately, and as he follows the hyena, he is getting his armor on, or at least attempting to. The chainsword, the tassets, the little bits of metal he can get onto there, as he has his greatsword and is walking out. Do the Gavels all sleep together, or do we have like our individual rooms? Is it like
You guys do have individual rooms.
Yep. Mockery just kind of call out, just like,
Going to do some. I would consider this praying. Yes. Be back soon.
just yell out in the middle of the night.
As you follow through, the hyena kind of just leads you out of the Burning Dragon Monastery, kind of out of the kind of the charred grounds of Nara's Inferno and the monastery into the sands. And eventually you do see kind of a huddling of 12 armored, mounted knights. And you see they are wearing black and crimson, and they all have the sigil of the Hell Knights. But one probably catches your eye in particular. And you probably know of him. And he's definitely the one that you saw in your vision during their time with Power. This being that looks almost floats between being kind of touched by the infernal, as well as kind of blessed by the divine. He is wearing intricate, like black and crimson armor, on like a nightmare stallion. And you see he has dark black hair. His eyes glow a deep red. But other than that, he looks, it has like a kind of black horns extending from his face, or his head, I should say. But other than that, like looks human, almost looks like Asimar's. Like almost distractingly, if you were a human person, you'd think he's almost distractingly attractive. But you see, as he comes down and kind of removes his helm, he goes, "Mockery, we've heard much about you."
Mockery's already half bowed before this guy even like got off his horse. He's like full bow, like prostration, like head bowed, and he looks up. It's like, "You have?" Just like a big grin.
"We have. I am Commander Venick of the Hell Knights on Kazia." And you kind of see him give like a little bit of a theatrical bow. Mockery, give me a religion check.
Would Lore Hell Knights help?
That'll help, yeah.
It will help? Or what?
Oh, definitely, it will help, yeah.
Yippee.
Nice.
That character art's sick, by the way.
You recognize...
Oh, I can't have... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, the heroes doesn't matter. The 22 is perfect. You know Venick's name. You actually even recognize his appearance. Venick's commander of the Hell Knights on Kazia, almost second, but even nearly, with Lord Commander Pebbles, the commander of the Hell Knights in the Infernal Hells. He's also, well, he prefers commander. He's the prince of Hell. He's the son of Tomic. Along with the son of Tomic, God King of Order, as well as the son of Maya, the goddess of love. So he's kind of a mix of infernal, divine, and he leads the Hell Knights on Earth. And also the 23, too, especially with being trained in Hell Knight lore. You know that the reason he's a Hell Knight leader on Earth, or Kazia, I should say, is that he had a falling out with his dad. He tried to usurp the throne, tried to take over the infernal kingdoms from Tomic. But Makesh, his grandfather, backed Tomic, and he was still allowed to serve the Hell Knights, but was banished to Kazia and not able to return to the Hells.
All of that lore was sick as hell. No pun intended. But I do have a question.
Yeah.
How the fuck did Tomic pull the goddess of love? How did he fail upwards into that? How did that happen? Because, like, ain't no way.
You needed to roll a 24 to find that out.
Definitely. I'm more concerned about why is the Prince of Hell here to talk to you, a random guy. This cannot be good.
Mockery will say aloud,
I apologize. I've not dedicated more battles to the God of Order. There's not been nearly as many worthy fights and bouts as I would have expected here.
Order needs to be maintained. And you kind of see his face, not grimace, but he goes, order needs to be maintained for its own sake. That is what Hell Knights do. We bring order to the chaos. And that's why we need your help today, Mockery. As you see, he kind of points to the tracks in the sand, showing that you made your way through from the sand onto the monastery.
You need my help?
We do. A demon pledged to Shinzo Z, the god of chaos. We've been hunting it through the sands of Eteria. It has been on a killing spree, maneuvering through the sands, maneuvering through Eteria. We even chased it through Cordinia. It has just been leaving chaos and havoc in its wake. We nearly killed it, but a piece of it broke off and made its way into the Burning Dragon Monastery. We are unfortunately unable to cross into the monastery. But Shinzo's creature seems to have found a way to do so.
Do you believe it was let in?
I do not. Part of why we've not gone in more force or just said screw it and move into the monastery and take care of this creature is that you surely know it. Nar and his followers are not very welcome to the Inferno. I would prefer we clean up this mess ourselves versus letting the hell see the chaos that Shinzo brings.
So be it. I swear to get rid of this damnable thing. Since I will be rid of it for you. I am a hound after all. My tracking skills should be phenomenal, and I have friends who can aid me.
Good. We need to send Shinzo a message that his chaos shall not fester in the mortal planes of Kazuya or in the hells that are ruled by Tonic.
The hells should be united, not separated like this.
They should be. As I said, we've seen good things from you. He points to the hyena. That was a gift from Pebbles, as well as the other infernal gods. I feel you have the makings of a Hell Knight.
Truly you do?
This will be your test. If you can kill this demon force, repudiate, rebuke, and distance yourself from Shinzo Z, we will make you an armrigger, a Hell Knight in training.
When it comes to that, I believe that the hell should be... may I speak freely? My apologies.
He kind of waves.
I believe the hells should be united. To distance myself from Shinzo is simply allowing the distance between his realms being a part of Tomic's kingdom, only greater than... It is difficult to speak on. He has never answered my prayers, never once drawn his eye to me. Even his followers think me a fool. But still, I believe he should be brought into the fold. I will destroy this demon for you. But my convictions remain.
He should be brought into the fold. He should be made to kneel before the throne, as all should.
Yes!
But until he kneels, till he recognizes the power of the infernal throne, he must be fought with every breath.
So be it. Oh, at the Burning Monastery, I've been undefeated thus far. And I have fought often. I have done well, I think, and for you I have a gift. I never intended it to be a gift, but I never thought I'd see you, so...
And Mockery pull out from some of his own scrolls and whatnot. Probably some fan art he's drawn of this guy. Since it's been established, Mockery does like to draw. Mockery making him look as cool as he could with the limited knowledge he knew of the guy. It's like,
give me a diplomacy check.
Okay. Let's see here.
Nice.
23.
You see, he takes it and goes, oh, this is well done. I do appreciate your faith in me. We've seen your work we've done, your spreading of the gospel. I feel you'll be served well as a Hell Knight.
Thank you. This has always been my dream. Am I still dreaming?
No. But just make sure to take care of Shinzo's beast. We do not need to provoke Narth this time. If he finds a fiend on his territory doing whatever the hells Shinzo has in mind, it may add more stress to these trying times. So go and strike true.
Mockery would nod, and again, he's just starstruck at all this, and he'll nod again. And then one last time before just like getting to back away, just he doesn't turn around, he's just looking at all this in awe. Before like he starts like he turns and starts like booking it back because he needs to tell Jeet about this. It's like, I imagine like if it cut anywhere, it'd be like Mockery like kicking Jeet's door open, like, Jeet, there's a demon in the monastery.
But that is where we're going to wrap today's session with Mockery cooking at the door, Demon in the monastery. Yeah, so next session, which we won't have one next week, we'll be picking up, what's that, the 30th? 30th, yep. With our next session on that side, which would be kind of Mockery and Jeet's adventure on this side, as Jeet undergoes his trial upon the Infernal Mountain, or Inferno Mountain. And Mockery tries to hunt down a demon from Shinzo Z, which, as you can guess, it's going to be on the mountain as well. So we'll pick up on that side. And definitely, if viewers, definitely drop a like, and we'll see you guys next time.